Richie, everyone knew you're here with Richie. Oh, everyone knows. Hey, everyone. Are you staying fresh? Yes, Richie. Stay fresh, right? High quality soaps. Why? Chemicals are bad for you. I can't stress it enough. What else should we do, Richie? You should take vitamins. B12 is really important as you get older. What else, Richie? Eat prunes. You want to be 40 years old and have hair like this? I'm about to be 40, and I doubt in the next 8 months I'm going to go bald. So it is what it is. Eat your prunes, take your vitamins, filtered water. Can't stress that enough. Get a good filtration system. Get about 6 hours of sleep. Before you know it, you're gonna have hair like this. Look at this, so nice. You're gonna get your Robert De Niro on, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. No, you over the line. You over the line. No, 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 no. All right, give him a drink. Give him a drink. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Go home. Clean up. Clean up. Go home. Go home. Go home. Go home. Clean up. Give him one more chance. 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 And what does that mean to me? Why do I deserve this? Why do I deserve this, huh? Who do you think you are? Huh? Joey, who's this guy? Joey who? Joey who? Joey S.O. Joey what? Joey what? What do I owe you, Joe? Huh? I'm a cigar smoker? Cigar smoker like what? You think this is a game? Let me tell you something, my friend. Life is one big ashtray. Sometimes you're the cigar, sometimes you're the ash. Anyways, welcome. Is that enough monologue? And at that, Richie, make us laugh. Richie, make us laugh. All right, kid. Please, Richie, make us laugh. We don't know how to have fun without Richie. Hi, I'm Richie. Well, it's cold out. It's 11 degrees. Did you get me? It's 11 degrees. That's exciting. I love 11 degrees. I can't feel anything. I'm just wearing a t-shirt in my jacket. It is what it is. Tonight, reviewing the all-new cigar that nobody cares about, but it's still a fun cigar. Punch has an annual copycat to the Davidoff year of the whatever in the Chinese zodiac. This year is the Chinese rabbit. However, each year is a different shape and design. However, that's not true. This is going back to, I think, the original 2019. 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, so this is the fifth one. Soft, gentle heat, right? Right. In reality, also. So but it took 4 years to get the fifth one because it starts at the beginning of the year. And then you get how that works. So, but anyway, so it is a different blend. Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper. It said USA broadleaf, which makes me think Pennsylvania, because generally USA broadleaf, if it was Connecticut broadleaf Maduro, they would say it. So USA broadleaf, maybe Pennsylvania, and since Ohio went caca. Maybe they're trying to hide the Pennsylvania Ohio border tobacco. So yeah, Ecuador. Hope I don't die of cancer. Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, USA, whatever. And then it said Colombian, Dominican, and I think Mexican on the fillers. Odd blend, an odd blend, and I hope it's going to be interesting. Um, these cigars aren't like masterpieces, but they're fun. They're a little tongue in cheek. This one is in a little they call it the spring roll, but it's in a little like Chinese takeout box, which is cool. And it was only $7.99 in this day and age for about a robusto. For about a robusto, but we do have about 3/4 of an inch with no wrapper, so we'll get to see what happens with that binder, etc. So yeah, it's a cigar. It's an annual fun cigar. It's not Punch's best cigar, but it's just a fun cigar. Um, they're not like gimmicks. I mean, they're real tobacco, but it's not as good as their Punch Rare Grow, in my opinion. And each year is a different blend, different different size. Um, yeah, single cap on these. Be very mindful not to cut the cigar. Single cap. It is what it is. It is what it is. What's up, Goody? How you doing? We got Goody and we got Joey here. We're gonna get the cigar going. Yeah. I'm not gonna do much of a toast because I want to get to taste that foot without the wrapper. So here we go. Quite strong off the bat. It's amazing how without the wrapper it's changed. We're gonna bring a little more fire to that. I didn't toast as normal as I like to, but because I really want to just have the initial impression. Initial impression without the wrapper, it's medium full. Maybe this year's will be stronger than last year's. Off the bat, it is. Off the bat, it's stronger than the Fu Manchu. Oh shit, man! I sound like Cheech and Chong here. This is a tobacco cigar, though. I don't fuck with that shit. The only vegetables I have is in my kitchen, and the broccoli, celery, cucumber salad with vinaigrette, Parmesan cheese. This is not a bad cigar. Wow, let's pick it up. Woo, very hot, like hot fucking wasabi, spicy, like what I'm saying, like you're like when it gets in your nose. Woo, ooh, it's 10 degrees outside right now. It's 100 degrees in my nose. I need to touch up that one spot. Woo, oh, wow. Surprising. Ed Lamont. Ed Lamont is the guy that designs the stuff, and he's the main guy for Punch, I believe. He's a gentleman. Every time I review the new cigar for Punch, when it comes to their Chinese Zodiac line, he always makes a comment. In the past, the videos are gone, but in Richie Part Two, the new generation, hopefully comes back. He's always a gentleman. It's a fun cigar. Finish is long and heavy. Slightly creamy, but very spicy finish. Very hot, spicy finish everywhere. Lips, tongue, mouth, roof of my mouth. All right, we're gonna see what happens when that wrapper picks up. Is it gonna poo-poo the cigar, or is it gonna change totally? Or we'll see what happens. I'm gonna touch up that one spot, and that's my fault. I let it go because I didn't want to bring more heat. I just want to have the initial experience. Rest in peace, R. Kelly. R. Kelly, who was already in prison for 30 years, federal prison, well, a sentence. Um, Today he got 20 more years. So rest in peace, R. Kelly. He has 50 years total now. Even with good behavior, if he's out in 35, he's not going to make it. Fresh and hot out the kitchen. He wasn't talking about food or a woman of adult nature. Apparently, R. Kelly was convicted today. Oh, I'm sorry, sentenced 20 more years for things involving, I'll just say, not adults. I'm not even going to get into that topic for the algorithm, but you understand what I'm saying. He's a sick fuck. So he got what he deserved. He should probably get worse, but 50 years, he ain't going. You won't see that guy no more. Hey, Mama rolling that body, got every man here wishing. I'm like, so what? I'm trying. Let me get that beep beep. Crystal popping in the Stress Navigator. We were partying here like the party was catered. Said, fellas to my left, lady, fellas still to my right. I'm in cell block D all fucking night. Let me get that toot toot. No, I don't want the toot toot. I don't want toot toot. I don't. Here comes the beep beep. I don't want beep beep. No, no. That's 50 years, R. Kelly. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Yes, it is R. Kelly if they're under the age either of 17 or 18 in the it depends on what state you're in. Each one has different state laws. But generally 17 to 18 years is legal age. You should probably just go with 18 as a standard and or 21 and you're completely clear. But every state is I know that it's generally 18 or 17 for what to say. The point is, if you're an old man, what the fuck? 17, 18, just anyways, yeah. Well, you're in prison now. And then you know what it's like? Well, I don't, but if you're in prison and you get more prison, that's kind of like when you go to like an Italian's house and you're already eating and you're full and you're like, I can't even finish this plate. And then the grandma or the aunt's like, you like it? Yeah. Have some more. Give me your plate. Oh, no, I can't. What do you mean? I made all this food. Have some more. Give me some more meatballs. Throw some sausage in there too. You got plenty of pasta. Get the sauce. And then when it's all sitting there and you can't even move, and you got a plate this high, what's the Parmesan? And when they say you want Parmesan, they're not even asking. They say, want some Parmesan? And they're already say when. Don't say when right away, because they're like, yeah, you're flexing. You're flexing. The fuck? Yeah. But that's what it is. That's what it is. What's up, Jeremy? What's up, Big Firm? Fucking Big Firm, no cell phone. Big Firm, my battery's low. You left me hanging, Big Firm, yesterday. I count on you, Big Firm. I count on you. And you let me down. You let me down. Now I'm high on life right now, and I started taking my B12 vitamins. I can't stress it enough. You need to take B12 vitamins. B12 vitamins. You go to work every day? Do you feel tired? Take B12 vitamins. I can't stress it enough. As you get older, your body doesn't produce enough things that you used to produce as a young man. You need to take B12 vitamins. Richie's 40 years old. I've been up since 5 in the morning. It's 8 o'clock. Take some B12 vitamins. Can't stress that enough. I can't stress it enough. Do maintenance on yourself. You're flexing. Sock was a gentleman. Now we're about to hit the wrapper. We'll see how it changes. Do you guys think it's going to get weaker, the same, or stronger when the wrapper picks up? I'm telling you, man, the wrapper changes everything because it's the outside layer. It's like if you went from a brick house to aluminum siding, it changes the perception. Quite spicy. It's a good blend, quite complex as well. Very heavy. We'll see though. I think the spiciness is going to calm down though. That's my opinion because if the wrapper is not as strong as let's say that binder, now it's like the surface. It's like when you're digging, right? There's you only okay. Let me explain to you about the wrapper. Why the wrapper is the most important part. It's like when you look outside, you see the road, right? That's the wrapper. If you're out in a grass field, that's the wrapper. Are there things underneath the grass field? Sure, dirt, a lot of dirt, rocks. Who knows? Bedrock. Who knows? Some guy that put a spread on the Giants and he couldn't cover it. Here's what it is. Italian picnic, baby. Cadillac. Um, Cadillac. Um, what I'm trying to say is, don't gamble if you can't afford it, and if you're going on a picnic in the woods and you see one Cadillac, get the fuck out of there. I can't stress it enough. If you see a Cadillac Eldorado parked on the side of like truck stop, a Parker, a Cadillac Eldorado parked off a scenic route. Just a Cadillac Eldorado. Get the fuck out of there. Don't. Oh, what a nice. Get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, what are they digging? Get out. Don't even. Just go. Just go. Great draw. Great smoke output. The burn's kind of funny right here, but that's because it had to pick up the wrapper. But it's getting more buttery and oily. This wrapper is an oily wrapper. It's gotten more buttery and oily when we picked up the wrapper. So yeah, it's not as strong. So put it this way. If you want to have a strong experience with this, cut off the wrapper. You could do it. You could do it. Put your back into it. My neck. My back. Cut the wrapper off my punch. I don't know. No. That was Silvio's most crazy moment. That was kind of strange. He's just an old man, and he's walking around in dress shoes, nice pants, and a long trench coat. I mean, a very long trench coat. A very long trench coat. You better respect people in very long trench coats. I'm Italian. I know why guys wear that shit. Fuck. You got a shockwave underneath it. Watch out. If I see a guy rolling up with a trench coat, the jacket. Let's go. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Let's go. Okay. Take the food to go. Let's go. So Socko, Furminator. All right. Uncle Larry. Uncle Larry. I thought we were gonna get you on the show, Uncle Larry. What the fuck is that? And tonight we're smoking 2 cigars. After this cigar, I'm smoking Big Boy. Big Boy. Cro Magnum. Big Boy. Toro. 6x52. 6x54. Whatever. This is gonna be a strong cigar. So if you're here, grab 2 cigars, or one real big one, or this one is a small one. I think it's shorter than Robusto. Maybe it's 4.5. Whatever. Rothschild. Where's Gio? Nobody cares where the fuck Gio is. Nobody gives a fuck about Gio. And here's the thing, Max, if you want to come on the show, all right, Larry. Max, if you want to come on the show, Max, email Richie, piano1983 at Gmail, piano, Piano, 1983. Max, I need you to email me, Max, your phone number, so we can get your Canadian perspective. We'd love to hear your Canadian voice, eh? So if you want to come on the show, Max, email me your phone number, because I have to have your phone number, and then I can send you the link when we're on. You got it? Good. Richie's feeling good tonight. Take your vitamin B12. I can't stress it enough. Take B12. You need to take vitamin B12. Your body demands it as you get older. People go, why do I feel tired? Yeah, your body is not running optimal. You're getting older. Drink more water than alcohol. Cut the alcohol out. I have like 1 or 2 drinks a week. Slow down with that shit. Slow down with that shit. Come on. Do something active. Something. And then, you know what I'm saying, though? Drink a lot of water. Get at least 6 hours of sleep. Use high-quality soap. Stop using chemical soap. And, you get what I'm trying to say. Now, Gio, you're pissing me off, Gio. Where are you, Gio? Board talk. How's your balls? And we got Furminator, Lone Star, the great Lone Star out of Texas. Richie, I was thinking about grabbing some of those Punch Spring Rolls. It's fantastic. Now, here's the thing. The beginning was a firecracker. The beginning of the cigar, because about 3/4 of an inch, there was no band. So it was intense. Now that we're into the wrapper, right? Now that we're into the wrapper, it calmed down, but the spice is still lingering, and it's still a great cigar. This is a cigar that you'll never smoke because you're a cigar snob, Gio. Thank you for coming on. Gio covers the cigar snob news. What's going on in cigar snob news?
What's up, bro?
What's that, bro?
What's up, bro?
I can't hear you.
Hold on. What do you mean?
I can hear you now. I'm just fucking with you. Okay, hold on. I'd rather look at that than you live, okay?
Yo, how about now, Rich? How about now, bro?
Yeah, but right now. Hold on, Gio. Just look at the screen at me and show me. I want you to look at the screen at me, but look at the screen at me. Look at
I
the
am.
screen. No, look, but you got to show me on the camera. Nobody wants to see you. Show me on the TV. But now, Gio, you looking at me, Gio?
What
Go
the
back.
fuck, dude?
Go back.
Fuck you,
There's a
bro.
delay. Go back. Go back. Go
All
back.
right, all right. How about now? How about now, bro?
You want some pizza? He said, "Who's this guy with the hat?" Yo, PG, Pete came in like a wrecking ball. Yo, PG just destroyed you, man.
Yo, Rich, you're on one tonight. I love it, man. I love the energy, man. This is great.
Bruh. Big dick energy, bro.
Yeah, I guess I don't got that.
Hey, it's your business, right? It was a good night.
Good,
I had some nice pork ribs, a little pasta on the side, clapping cheeks. You gotta do what you gotta do. Man stuff.
Bro.
Man stuff.
Love that, bro. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, man, here's what it is. Staying strapped. Listen. My waist is strapped and her cheeks are clapped. How about that? Is that good?
What are you smoking, Rich?
What's that?
What are you smoking?
It's by Punch. It's called None of Your Fucking Business in Robusto.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that.
Gio, bottom of my heart, Gio. No matter what I say, I fucking love you, man. But I for some reason, I feel like I have to brutally speak to you for some reason sometimes. And I do. I honestly, there's times where I realize I do it too much. But it's only because I love you.
I appreciate that, Rich. I appreciate that.
You're like a little brother to me. I'm trying to prepare you for the world that you haven't experienced because you're still a pretty innocent guy. You haven't been divorced. You haven't been have your kids taken away. So I'm not trying to be a dick to you. I would be a liar if I was like, dude, don't worry about anything, man. Just be a good guy, go to work, and everything's gonna be fine. Like, I'm just trying to give you a heads up, man. Like, if you were walking to a minefield, I'd be like, you fucking idiot, don't go there. You know what I'm saying? No, like, you get what I'm saying? No, like, I'm just, yeah. So maybe I harp on that a little too much, but I'm just looking out for you. You know.
I appreciate it, bro.
When I got engaged, everyone at the cigar lounge, they bought me Padrones. Oh, congratulations! And there was one asshole, one fat guy in the corner. And he was an asshole. He said something really stupid. I got mad at him. But you know what? He was the only motherfucker looking out, man. Let me tell you something. I was on naive. Hey, guys, I popped the question. Getting married, guys. And all the guys, oh, congratulations. And then after that all died down, there was this one fat guy in the corner smoking a Padron. And he goes, yeah, I bet she's the one, huh, kid? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, oh, yeah. I bet this one's going to be different. And he starts laughing. Dude. And everyone's like, yo, shut up, Charlie. Whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Dude, but honestly, like, in hindsight, he was trying to give me a heads up. He was trying to, but it wasn't what I wanted to hear, but it was what I needed to hear. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. I respect that.
Yeah, that's all.
Brutal honesty, bro. I respect that. A lot of people, Rich, a lot of people misconstrue like talking shit. If like you're direct and you're honest, a lot of people nowadays like misconstrue like, oh, Gio talks a lot of shit or Richie talks a lot of shit, but like you say things that people don't want to hear. So there's a difference between talking shit and the truth.
Listen, I'm a polite person, but at the same time, I'm not politically correct, and I'm not going to beat around the bush. So like for example, like you know what I'm saying? No, like there's certain things I'm not going to cross. Like I'm not going to talk about someone's mother. I'm not going to talk about someone's father. I'm not going to talk about someone's children. I'm a respectful man. But when it comes to mano a mano, we're in the ring together, man. It's bull to bull. We're just fucking. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how men test each other. When win or lose, it's just about the sport. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
But you understand, like this. you have two grown men in the ring, but you're not going to have their grandmother, the mother, the children get in the ring, right? So you understand?
Yeah.
Is that there's that untouchable segment? Now there are people that would talk about that kind of shit, and that's like out of the boundaries of I don't respect that person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No,
No, yeah,
you
for
get what
sure.
I'm
I
saying.
mean, yeah, certain things you don't talk about. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a beer.
You get what I'm saying, though. So no matter what, we could bust balls, but you get what I'm saying. Now, what are you smoking, my friend?
You be proud of me, Rich. Give me a second. Hold up. I want to crack this
Jeremy,
beer.
I'm smoking the Punch. This is the brand new Punch here, the Rabbit. It's fantastic. It's strong. It's spicy. It's very creamy though as well. It is rather spicy.
Cheers, boys.
What are you drinking? All right, Stella's a good beer.
Yeah. Rich, you be proud, bro. First
What do
time
you got?
smoking. Alfonso.
Fantastic. I haven't smoked that one. How is it?
It's good so far. It's a little bit bitter off the first like initial light up. So I didn't toast it that much. I was conscious of like how I lit it, but
Were you using a match?
nah.
The fuck is wrong with you? I'll say it again. What the fuck is that? I blame you. Don't blame the cigar. When you use the torch, you overcook it. That's not the cigar's fault, my friend.
No, I just lit it up. It's got to open up a little bit, but smoke your best shit, Rich.
Oh no, hold on. I respect the cigar you smoke, but remember, I'm like your older brother, right? If you do it half right, I'm still gonna bust your balls. Why'd you use a torch? You don't have matches?
Oh, here we go, bro. I've used matches occasionally. I mean, I gotta get some like long stick matches. I feel like I gotta get some more, but I like with the matches. Matches is nice, but
You get yourself a long stick match. Go like to like a Target or Walmart in the hunting. They don't have hunting section in New York City. Um, go to the camping section.
yeah.
There's no hunting in New York City unless you like the I don't know, like what's that guy? Son of Sam serial killer or something like that. You know.
Yeah, no, this is nice.
Or if you go around the Bronx, or if you go to the Bronx, Bronx is how much is the Bronx not playing around?
Dude, the Bronx is no joke.
I'm over here in Colorado, and I still respect the Bronx. I can't stress enough. I don't care if I had two Berettas with 20-round mags in each. I'm not fucking with the Bronx. If you have to
Nah.
go through it, you do what you got to do, but do not disrespect the holy shit, right, bro?
Dude, the only time I go to the Bronx for a Yankee game, I go right on the subway, go in Yankee Stadium, and go right out. Go to a bodega, get a couple
But you
beers.
know, though, the Bronx respects that. Know why? Because it makes a lot of money in, and the cops keep that area secure. And really, the criminals in the Bronx are not going to fuck with Yankee Stadium because that's like almost like a church. Like it's a off. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a sacred place. Don't fuck with it, right? You know what I'm saying? But I remember one time I went to Yankee Stadium as a kid, at the old stadium, and we had to park pretty far. And my dad, like, he picked me up and like he jogged to the car. Like he's like, and my dad grew up in Little Italy, Chinatown.
Yeah.
But this was like in the late '80s, early '90s, dude. The Bronx was no joke. Like it was a night game. My mother's like, oh, you're gonna be in the Bronx at nighttime? You're taking this kid? It was like, let's say 5 o'clock game, whatever. And then my dad, we get out of there, and my dad, we start walking. He's like, come on, we gotta get out of here. And he's like, he just picked me up, and I remember him running to the
Yeah, the Bronx is no joke.
Dude, I just remember like looking over my dad's shoulder, like seeing the street like this. You got to get the fuck out of the Bronx, like saying,
Yeah. It gets hairy over there pretty quickly. Yeah, for sure.
Especially once the game's done. You know what I'm saying? Though.
Yeah.
No, once the game's over, you don't stay 2-3 hours outside. For example, would you want to be midnight outside Yankee Stadium?
Oh no.
I can't stress it enough. Smoke your best shit.
It's nice. I mean, I shit on the Atabey, so I mean, we'll see how this one is, but I don't know.
But here's the thing, though. You got to come back to the Atabey because you had it. I don't want to bust your balls again, but it was your first cigar after a long time. You got to come back to it, man. You got to come back to it.
I think, Richie, to be honest, like I got a 3-pack in the Tubos, and I feel like it wasn't. I don't know. I feel like it wasn't properly humidified when I got it potentially, and like I don't know. I just think that like it wasn't.
I think metal twos make a cigar taste a little weird. It's been there too long. I respect metal twos, but then take it out at least for a day or two. Yeah. You could do longer. I wouldn't take a cigar right out of the metal tube, especially. Was it in cellophane?
There was no cello. No.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the foot. It's like in Bronx Tale. I don't want to see his face when I'm rolling the dice. I don't want to see that foot touching metal. It's not a good. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, and the Atabase now in like recent years they had like an additional footband that they added to the Atabase because there was like a lot of supposedly like a lot of counterfeits. So they added a footband to it, and like that one, I got it from Corona Cigar Company, so it was legit Atabase, but it didn't have the
That would be a
footband.
very easy cigar to fake. I'm not saying once you smoke it, you wouldn't know, but it
Yeah,
just looks, if you spit a big fat Connecticut, you're like, here you go, Atabay. And you can, people can be flipping them $30, $40. Yeah, like I would only go to a real store or a reputable. Here's the problem though. If you went to an online store, dude, dude, there's so much money in fakes. You're right, bro. Like Atabay would be, I could see, especially if you buy it on the internet, you're not getting the box.
yeah,
Yeah, I could see somebody.
because people have never seen them before in stores, so they don't even know what they're looking at.
Well, you can't fake that box. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No, that box. Now you could get the real box. It would be worth it if after, let's just say, it's a big conspiracy, even a stretch for me. But if stores sell their Atabay, then when they have the empty boxes, they have a guy fill them up and then they flip them on the side.
yeah,
But who would buy that without being in cellophane, without the stickers and everything? And
yeah.
you have to get the bands. But I'll tell you what, bro, China could copy anything.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, to your point, Richie, I know you talk about this a lot on the channel. Like, I feel like Connecticut's for you. Like, an expensive Connecticut has to be like world class for you to spend the type of money on it. Because I feel like Connecticut you can get away with the cheaper, maybe 8, 10,
Well, it doesn't have
12,
to be
fifteen
world.
dollars cigars.
Okay, when it gets expensive, yes. Well, but like that, the Brulee was good, and that's a $14, $13 cigar,
Hell yeah,
and that was actually really good. So I consider that like an upper mid tier cigar. And
yeah,
actually, with today's prices, it's almost mid tier now. But the Brulee was good, but that's not a high end cigar. You get to high end stuff, yeah. I really probably wouldn't waste too much time with Damaso, although it's not bad. But
yeah.
I'd rather have Atabay. What other high end Connecticut is there really? I mean, talking about high end.
Like
You go with
numero uno is pretty high end.
yeah, I never fuck with that. And honestly, I like Joya, but I'm not super crazy about like the super high end ones. They get pricey, and I don't think they're worth it really. I mean, not bad, but like I don't know. Like Joya is a brand that I enjoy a lot of their $10, $12 cigars, but I I understand my father $30, $40 cigars because those ones were really good, like the Garcia or the
Yeah,
10th anniversary. But I've had like a $30 Joya that I'm like, oh my god, what I'm saying?
yeah.
No.
I like. I mean, I like the Rosa Sharon. That's a great Connecticut.
I mean,
It's
that's
got
a
a little.
medium tier price, $12.
Yeah. What else? I like the Antonio CT. That's a great one. That's a really great.
$10. That's a
That's a
great.
great
That's a great.
great Connecticut. I mean, the Brulee Blue, great. Um,
But you're talking about mid tier. When you're talking about high end, that's a whole other category. And okay, the only high end Fuente does like that is the 20th. The 20th
yeah.
is uh, who else? I haven't tried the High Clear. Have you ever heard the High Clear by
Hector Castle?
Foundation?
Nah, nah.
I haven't messed with that.
I like the what's the regular one, like the cheaper one.
Oh, the Charter Oak is not bad.
Yeah, that's a great Connecticut too.
Yeah, that's a great. You get it for $6, $7 for Robusto.
Dude, that's honestly I got a box of those in like the petite Robusto or like the Robusto size, and it was
That's true Connecticut tobacco. It's
hell
fantastic.
yeah.
And I know you don't like the Cortado, so fuck you. But the Cortado is one of the great Connecticut's you can get online for cheap, man. And you don't like it, so we're going to disagree on that. I don't know why you don't like that cigar. Really, are you taking your high head off of that? You just really don't like it, or you being a snob?
I don't know. Maybe I didn't give it a chance. I don't know, but
Let's be honest, man. You didn't give it a chance.
I don't know. It is what it is.
Bro, not everyone's like you, single with no kids. If you got kids and a house and a wife, that box of Cortado is a quality cigar. It's a
Yeah,
good Connecticut with a good enough power to it. And you know what I'm saying? No, so when guys can get a box for $55 shipped, and it's not garbage, you know what I'm saying? It's not
yeah,
garbage. So yeah, it's not an Atabay, but like it's a great mid-tier cigar at a low
yeah,
price point. And it's part of his first Connecticut shade. And it was great off the bat. That is what it is.
yeah. I mean, to your point, Richie. I mean, not to like add to the list there, but I don't even have a car. I don't pay car insurance. I don't pay for gas. I don't pay for tolls.
You work from home.
I work from home. Yeah, I
You
mean,
you you do OnlyFans.
I sell feet pics on Thursdays. Yeah, it is what it is, bro. But
Is
yeah,
what
no,
it
I
is.
mean, I don't know. I'm not in the hunt for like mid tier cigars. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like life's too short to smoke bullshit cigars, even though it's
Yeah,
not
but
bullshit.
let me rephrase that, man. That's mid-tier for you. For some people who have kids and a wife and 2 cars, right, and medical insurance, you got to, or maybe, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what situation everyone's in. That mid-tier for you is that's a luxury for them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Though
I'm not saying I'm above that, but I
I'm
mean,
not
just
saying you are.
yeah,
I'm just saying.
yeah,
All I'm saying is the categories we all put cigars in. For example, my grandfather, when he came here to New York from Italy, he had $200. Took him 12 years to save $200 in the 40s because it was no money. And they got to America. He slept on the floor for a year at his cousin's house with 2 kids and a wife. Then he
yeah.
worked for the Gambinos for 25 years. My grandfather used to love Johnny Red Scotch. So you're telling me in his Long Island home, he built and bought in cash. He had a Cadillac he bought in cash that he didn't even drive. My grandmother drove, but he never drove. He let other people. My grandfather, when he used to run cement business,
Mm-hmm.
guys would pick up my grandfather. No joke. Like, make guys. He didn't drive, and he was a friend of ours. You know what I'm saying? Because they had guys with no-show jobs or guys that have to show up. It's called no-work jobs. So it's funny. My dad tells me stories as time goes on, and I'm like, because I said, like, how did Nono get to work? He never, oh yeah, somebody always picked him up. And I'm like, what do you mean somebody always picked him up? Like, imagine just rolling up to a cement job in a Cadillac, saying like it's just, and it was a story my father told me. One day, one of the main guys said, let's get out of here. Let's go for a ride. So my grandfather, oh, sure. So they go for a ride, and a couple of main guys, they go to a strip club, and they have to collect some money. Not him, but my grandfather was a trusted friend. And the girls are dancing, whatever. And my grandfather told my father the story in Italian, so it was funnier. But he gave the girl some money. He said, you shouldn't do this job no more. Like, he felt bad for the girls. Like, he was there like a father. He's like, don't do this. She came to dance on him, and he gave her money. He goes, don't do this. Don't do this. Imagine that. Like, that's respect. You know what I'm saying? No, like
Yeah.
That's he went there because that was his friends, and that was a business thing. They had to go there, but he wasn't like, yeah, my wife doesn't know. He was like, there's only one woman for him, and I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? Though
Yeah.
that's some old school shit. But at the same time, he wasn't gonna ride with his friends. But at the same time, they respected that he wasn't there to. You know what I'm saying? Though, so it's almost like
Yeah.
just because someone might take you somewhere and tempt you, they almost want to see your response either way. Because it lets us, you know what I'm saying? Though.
No, I mean they don't make them like that anymore for sure. I mean, not at all.
No, because I knew like guys now, if they wouldn't go, they'd be like, "No, man, I'm not going to that." But they say, you know what I'm saying? No, he's like, real men back then, they would never rat on their friends. At the same time, they had their own morals. They stuck to their own code. But if you had a different code, they're not going to snitch on you. Like, that's for you. That's not for me. And that was it. It was just a funny story. He basically told her, to put her clothes back on. He's like, no.
That's classic. That's classic.
That's class. Yeah, he's like, it's schifusa, saying though.
That's funny. That's what's up, man.
How's that cigar?
It's all right.
I'm gonna have to touch this up. Now I'll defend the cigar. I bought it yesterday, and I took it out of the cellophane today. I should took it out yesterday. It was rather still moist today because that shop is. I hate that shop. It's a local shop, but I haven't been there in a while, and I just went there in a pinch, and they actually had some cigars I haven't had. But I'm going to defend the cigar. It's very moist. It's also 9 degrees outside, so
Yeah.
it's for all I know, like this side, because the window's on this side, maybe that cold air is stopping it. You know what I'm saying though? But
Yeah. Dude, that
how's
was
that
crazy.
stick?
That was crazy yesterday when Sacco was like in DR, you can only smoke like half a cigar before you got to put it down. That's crazy.
See, we're learning stuff. We're learning stuff every day. I would have never known that. And dude, that makes sense though, man. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's that sweaty out there.
Yeah, notorious. I'm smoking the Alfonso, the
Now,
Aneo.
how strong would you say that is?
Medium at max, medium most, not even.
How's the quality of flavor though? I want you to hold the smoke. Take a puff and hold it. I'll wait. Take a puff and hold it. Is this a fucking joke to you?
Interesting.
See, when you're holding the smoke, I'm looking at your eyes. Because your eyes can't lie what your brain is doing. Okay?
What do my eyes tell you?
It's not a strong cigar.
Nah.
You're not when you hold and smoke a strong cigar, your eyes are looking around almost like to let go of the smoke, like you're choking, like underwater. You know what I'm saying? No, like a
Hmm.
strong cigar, you're like, oh shit, oh shit. You know, but it seems like it's very smooth. You know, but also, you know, I don't think you're not really an animated guy. You know what I'm saying though?
I'm not really getting much from it. I mean, I don't know. It tastes like a Connecticut. It tastes smooth. It tastes good. The construction's great. The draw is great. The burn is good. I mean, other than that, I mean, I don't know. It's all
Well,
right.
I mean, it's
Good.
not like you only smoke strong cigars, so it's also the beginning. Okay, that's a big fat boy cigar. So
Yeah.
I think you have to get closer to the band for it to pick up, or maybe. I think it's just probably high quality flavor. Um, how's the finish? Is it long? Is it a light finish? Is it heavy? Is it strong? Is it complex? Is the finish matching what you're tasting in the puffs?
It's not like coating my mouth like an Opus would, like a Fuente would, where like you get like that slick mouth feel, where it's like lingers.
Those are stronger cigars, and though
Yeah.
that's a fatter gauge. Like I wish
Yeah.
they made an Atabey in Robusto.
Yeah. I'm getting like a traditional like tobacco taste. I mean, nothing too crazy, like a little slight earth, like a little sweetness, nothing too crazy, but I mean, nothing like too intricate where like, maybe like a distinct note that's like sticking out to me. But I mean, it's tasty. It's a good cigar. I mean, definitely quality. I mean, worth $45? Probably not.
Well, well, here's the thing.
Uh,
Do you think it's a cigar, or do you think you're a terrible cigar reviewer?
I mean, I'm not used to being on fucking a camera just telling you what I think about a cigar, but I mean, it's a good stick. I mean, is it like box worthy in my opinion? To some people, maybe not. I mean, I don't know if I like it, but
I don't know. I'm just hearing excuses to cover up your, lack of experience, my friend. I'm just busting your balls. Man. I had to.
I don't give a fuck.
Come on, that was good, man. That was good. That was good.
Wow, it opened up a little bit there.
No, Gio, I respect you. That was a good joke. Come on, that was funny.
Yeah, it was alright. It was alright.
That was,
I was like,
dude.
uh.
I would be great on the news or as an interviewer. You know what I'm saying? No, like, you know what I'm saying? I could just fucking, just I say exactly what I'm not supposed to say. People are like, oh shit, all right, this
Yeah, it,
motherfucker.
it, it definitely opened up right there. You know, in the live, Richard, when sometimes you're like, wow, and right there, it really hit. It really opened
You're
up.
not lying. You're not lying. You're not lying, right? So what happened when that changed?
Maybe like more of a bread note, maybe like a sweeter, like maybe like a caramelly, like a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's fantastic when you get to that kind of shit.
Yeah,
Here we go. Every time you smoke a punch cigar, an angel gets its wings, it says. Oh, all right. You know, that's something different. You know, they put some little fun. Look, these are fun cigars. They're not a gimmick cigar. They're a fun annual cigar. I also think they age well because I've had some that aged over 2 years. Like, they still had supply. And but once again, I mean, for your what you're collecting, no, you're not going to enjoy this shit. Um, but for guys that have you know, they can't just you get what I'm saying though, and I'm not knocking you. You're in a great spot. You're a single guy, no kids, no car. You got more expendable cash. It's not how much you make; it's how much you get to keep, right?
yeah,
But for an average guy, that maybe has one of those cigars once or twice a month, like an Atabey, and then for the regular days, you're still gonna have a good
yeah.
time with it.
I'm not like an everyday smoker, also too. Like I feel like people that smoke in volume, maybe like nothing like Firm, for example. Like Firm smokes like 3, 4, 6 a day. Where like I don't know anyone who could
Well,
smoke
well, well.
three.
To smoke your kind of cigars 3, 4 times a day would get very expensive.
Yeah, that's not even feasible. It's not even. It doesn't like I smoke maybe like 1 or 2 sticks a week, maybe 3 sticks a week potentially, like that. So like, I'd rather me personally, I'd rather have 5 Opus than 200 like mid tier cigars. Me personally,
No, I understand that, but
because it's pretty much the same price. I mean, people spend like PG's collection, for example. PG spent a shit ton of money on cigars, but he stayed in that mid tier range. Hypothetically speaking, PG could have used his money. I mean, obviously this is not what he targeted, and like that's fine, like that's what he wants. But like the how much
but
PG spent,
in both ways though. So you're some people are saying that if they're smoking more volume and mid tier, but they get more experience. But you'd rather have less experience, but on higher quality, more expensive cigars.
Yeah, I don't really smoke cigars that often. So when I smoke one, I want it to be like I want it to be like a foolproof, just like great experience every single time I smoke one. Potentially,
Yeah,
I mean,
and if that's and I get that, if that's the way you want to do it, saying no. All I could say is if you were smoking Opus every night, that would get expensive.
Yeah, no, it's not realistic. It's not possible. I mean, unless
Well,
you're Sacco, then you can do whatever you want. But
yeah, so that's the phrase that when someone says like that's a rich man's cigar. Well, not if you're only having once a week. You know what I'm saying? No, but doing something. Do imagine smoking like even 3 Padrones a day. That you're talking about that's a 60-day habit, $60 a day. That's a lot.
that's definitely a lot. But
You know.
like people spend the same amount, which is funny because like people spend money on cigars. It just depends the volume and like the quality of cigars you want. You mean people? I mean, I don't spend any. I mean, might spend more. I mean, Firm spends a lot of money on cigars, but he stays in like that mid tier range, like you know. But like that's his preference because of the volume he smokes, and like that's nothing against him, but like that's just what he
Well,
prefers
if you
simply
just
the
smoke a
volume.
couple of cigars a night, yeah, you know, it's it all depends how you want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No, it's like lotto tickets. You could buy, three $10 tickets or one $30 ticket. Depends what you want to do.
yeah,
You know, at the end of the day, whatever. You're still having fun. It depends how you look at it.
yeah.
There's no right or wrong in that situation.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first got into cigars, I thought like expensive cigars means good, and oftentimes I mean, it does mean that it's good. But like, I was like a child, like a kid in a candy store, like picking out like expensive cigars and not really knowing what I
But
was
I will say
like
this though:
getting.
limiting yourself, no matter what, you're limiting yourself. So there's so many more cigars in the mid-tier category, which means there's so many more different kinds of blends, and there's a lot of great sticks out there. I'm talking about $15 and under. You could have a lot of good time. So you know, so you're not smoking like Pledge or Melanio, or you're not collecting those cigars.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd buy a box. I mean, they are box worthy cigars. I don't know if I would personally buy a box of Pledge or like Milano.
Because in that
With
case, you'd rather have 5 Opus than 20 Pledge.
yeah, I mean, for the same price, yeah, why not?
Yeah. No, and I understand. So you have a different parameter, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No, yeah. Everyone has different things. Yeah, let me see here. I'm trying to catch up on some of these comments. There's been a lot. Let me see. He's saying for him, the Connecticut's is mostly in the retro hell. Well, yeah, you got to hold the smoke, especially on lighter cigars, to feel anything. You know what I'm saying? No, it's more of a whisper. But you can, it's guys. I'm not gonna be able to catch up with all the comments. There's too many. I'm sorry, but we'll try our best here. Uh, Cubans for Jones limited releases. I smoke a cigar every other day and a pipe every day. Yeah, dude.
yeah. And again, I want to like clarify to people in the comments since you, Rich. Like, I'm not knocking a $10 cigar. I've smoked a bunch of
No, but
like
what you're saying is you'd rather have a $20 cigar twice or 3 times a week than like an $8 cigar every day. Okay, and
exactly.
I respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No, but you got to figure for me, right? Doing it at the lounge.
yeah,
I, I could do, let's say, Padrones every day or Opus every day, but that would be very expensive, and then it would cut into my other hobbies. My number one
yeah,
hobby. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So like, it's like if every month it's like, oh, I can get a new toy or two, and like, oh, or I could just smoke Opus every day. I am stuck in the volume because I'm not gonna come here in my car and not have a cigar, right? So you know what I'm saying? Though, so it is what it is. But there's times where I had tons of great high end cigars, but guys sent me stuff, and I respect that.
yeah,
But for me to do $20 sticks every night, because I'm here 6 nights a week, bro. Sometimes
yeah.
seven. You don't appreciate the Richie, man. You don't appreciate the work I do for you guys.
Dude, I'm here. I'm here. I appreciate the Richie. We all do.
You're here now. You're here now.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Get the violin out. Get the violin.
No, what I'm saying is that you have the luxury to say not tonight. If I say not tonight, nobody gets to hang out. And it's not just now. Got more guys watch it afterwards because guys might be driving trucks or guys might be in different time
Yeah,
zones. You know what I'm saying though?
yeah,
So
no.
it is what it is. I mean, but it's an honor. It's really an honor to hang out with all you guys. It's a lot of fun, and it's not about what we have in difference. The one common goal is respect and have a good time, joke around. And it is what it is. That's what it's all about because it's a cruel world out there, man. We were talking about that in Spain. Spain just legalized bestiality. So it's legal. Bestiality is legal in Spain, which is insane. And because you know what happens in Spain, they have the running of the bull. Now, good luck with that because I think the bull will kill anyone trying to have a chance. But I'm just saying, I've been to Spain before, and it was a lot of beautiful women, and I was there with my fiance. With the amount of beautiful women in Spain, Why would you want to hang out with a dog or a pig
Yeah.
or 2 pigs? What's up with that?
Dude, that's fucking wild, man. I can't even I can't even wrap my head around that. It's wild.
But here's the thing, me, I'll go back to the Bible. It's nothing new. People have been doing this shit for a long time, but it used to be not only frowned upon in biblical times. If they found out, they put you to death because it also was for disease. If you're messing around with animals, a lot of the diseases we have for sexually transmitted disease came from people messing
Yeah.
around with strange flesh. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to pet your dog, not penetrate your dog. What the fuck, right? Just pet the dog. That's it. That's it. And when you ask your dog if you want a bone, it's not supposed to be that. You know what I'm saying? Though, when you say, "Hey, you want a treat," it's not supposed to be your meat. You know what I'm saying? Though, what the fuck is that? Fuck that. I gotta admit, I'm on fire tonight. I'm on fire.
Dude, you were killing it before.
I'm on fire.
I feel like I'm taking your shine, but I'm not taking your doling your shine a little
You're
bit.
dragging me down. I'm
I
getting
am.
the
I
Oscar.
am.
You're the guy they forget about in the movie, and like, what's that? Oh yeah, he got the Oscar for that movie. Like, oh, Gio was in that movie.
Dude, that R. Kelly sequence before was amazing. That was hysterical. Dude, I'm gonna watch that back. I'm gonna watch that back 100%.
Dude, I'm on fire, bro. B12 vitamins. I want you to start taking them. You need the prunes to clear yourself out, but B12, it is. Oh my goodness, you'll be on fire. B12 vitamins. I can't stress it enough. The B12 vitamin I bought, like, you know what it says, like 3,000% or 800% of the daily vitamin. You know what you're supposed to have, right?
Yeah.
One of these B12 pills I bought is 43,000% of the daily intake. One pill. I was like, holy shit. You know,
That's crazy.
bro, I'm Superman right now. Ain't nobody fucking with Richie. I'm King Kong.
I take every morning. I take like a green powder and like a beetroot powder every morning, so it's nice.
Well, that's good. That's good for your body, the system. You know, that is good. That's good for your blood, believe it or not, to help your whole system. The green drinking, good. As long as you're not getting one of those fake ones, a lot of sugar. Like they have those green smoothies and the already pre-made. You look at the back of it, like 52 grams of sugar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, this one's like all natural. It's like fuck. It tastes like grass. It's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Get you going in the morning.
You got to take care of yourself. We're not getting any younger. You got to take care of yourself. You know.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
Yeah, pissing yellow. That's it. That's it, bro. I'm on fire. Let me see. Big D, I looked into the thing. Not true. You still gotta watch out for people hanging out with bulls, though. I don't know about that. Big firm. Who said it wasn't true? If you could, you'll go on these certain like websites and they'll go, "Oh, it's not true," and you're like, they have those, was it Snopes or whatever?
Firm news.
Firm, bro. Why would somebody make that up? Like, you know what? It's legal now, bro. Let me tell you something. In Spain, they not even decriminalized. It happened in Portugal too. They decriminalized all drugs. So basically, they look at it as you just need help. So you could be walking around with like a whole bunch of everything, and it's the cops will just take it from you. They're not going to arrest you.
That's wild.
Well, it sounds good, but what happens is though, to me, it was what I'll give you an example. It's called the Uber effect. You know what the Uber effect is?
Maybe after you explain it.
Yeah, but you don't know because I made it up. It's true. Okay. I did Uber 3 years at night. All the parties, all the drug addicts, all the junkies, the pimps, the fucking sluts. I was like taxi driver. I was 3 years at night. New York City, Long Island, Hamptons to Manhattan. Here's the thing. What I realized, yes, Uber helped out in a way the drinking and driving, right? So it helped out that, right? But you know how it didn't help out? Did it make society better or worse? It made the roads a little safer, a little, because I'll get into that part second. But it made society more dangerous. How? Because when people went out, they don't have to drive out to the bar, so they're not having 2 or 3 drinks. They're having 10. Why? I'm getting Uber. So now people are acting like fucking animals.
Yeah.
Animals. And forget about the long-term effect of liver damage and kidney damage. People are drinking like animals. And they go, it's okay, I'm getting Uber. Yeah, but we got work in the morning, or you got your kids at home, or whatever. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
And how much money you spending now on the Uber, and now you're drinking 5 times as much. You know what I'm saying, though? And now people are getting shit-faced before they go to the bar, and on the way to the bar in the car. How many people come in my car? slamming bottles of vodka and beer. Oh, I got an Uber. It's not a private limo, you know. So it made society. What I'm saying is more debaucherous. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
So, and then as far as the drinking and driving, it didn't make a better reality. I'll tell you why. So let's just say me, you, and like two of the guys, we all got an Uber to split the cost, right? So
Mhm.
you all carpool to one house, and I drive you back to that house at the end of the night. Well, guess what would happen? Yeah, you Uber from the bar, but now you're gonna get in your car when you get back to your friend's house and drive home. So it didn't really make anything better. It just helped you not get caught by the cops because you didn't leave. You didn't leave from the bar in a car. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, 100%.
But and I would tell guys like, "You're gonna drive? Well, that's the whole point. You got to Uber." Oh no, I don't want to leave my car at my friend's house. Well, if you're not gonna get an Uber home, there's no point Ubering to your car if you're shit faced. That's just more dangerous.
They should have another service to get your car back. So they have two people. One guy drives your car home. The other guy follows you. They drop your car off. They drop you off at the car.
They
And
do have that. They do have that.
They have that.
It's not Uber. It's like a different thing. It costs a lot of money. I forget who does that. Honestly, though, I always thought that the cops should have Uber drivers on payroll because if I drove someone and wasn't home and I drove them just to their car, their shit face, you drop a dime to the cops. This guy right here, this car right here, this license plate right here, he's going to this town.
Yeah.
Give me $100. Is that really being a snitch? Because that guy's shit faced and he might kill someone and it might be a whole family, drunk driving. So you know what? Give the Uber driver $100 for dropping a dime. We'll call it 100 for a dime. You give me a Benjamin, and I'll drop a dime. Hey, this guy's shit faced. You get what I'm saying though?
A bunch of my boys have DUIs. I remember back then just like ripping my boys out of their cars because like they want to drive home drunk, and I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna let you do this. Like, you could hate me, you could not talk to me in the morning, or not talk to me at all. I don't give a fuck. I ripped a couple of my boys out of their cars, just like taking their keys from them, like not listening, like knuckleheads back in the day, you know. So, yeah, it's bad business. I mean, it's not good.
It's beyond dangerous for yourself. You want to kill yourself drinking and driving. That's your business, right? But it's not though because it's you generally hurt someone else.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying though? And it's always a horror story. Like 2 years ago, there was a guy in Long Island, and maybe it was 3 years ago, and he ran over a whole Boy Scout troop. I mean, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying though? Like, for God's sakes, it's
Yeah,
always something ridiculous like that. You know what I'm saying though?
yeah.
Like, you know,
Or
and that
the
was
or these athletes that get paid all these fucking millions of dollars and they're fucking vehicular manslaughter. Henry Ruggs a couple years ago from first round pick, Oakland Raiders, fucking ran some lady over, is in jail the rest of his life. Done.
oh, he went to prison,
Yeah, he's done. Rest of his life.
so his career's over.
Yeah, he's done.
So he's hanging out with R. Kelly.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. People get a lot of liquid courage, and like that's not a good combination, especially getting behind a wheel and doing that. It's not good.
Yeah, I can't stress it enough, man. It's easier to get into prison than out of it, and I try to tell people, man, it's every day's a choice to stay free. Okay, no one puts you there but yourself. Even if you're around other people and you got caught by association, you have to understand what you're around. It's like a salad when you put salt, pepper, vinegar, oil all together, right?
Hmm.
Different ingredients, but they combine and they make a dressing. If you're around bad people, you could say, "Oh, I'm not a bad person though," but you're around bad people, you're in the dressing. You're in the dressing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're an athlete, you hang out with athletes. If you're a geek, you hang out with geeks. If you're a drug addict, you hang out with drug addicts. If you hang
So
out with people that
you're an
aspire
athlete,
to,
you're hanging around,
if you
drug
hang out with
addicts.
people that aspire to do better, you aspire to do better. It's pretty simple. It is what it is. So
Misery loves company, and people doing bad things want you to do bad things with them for
yeah,
many reasons. One, because they don't value their life, and so they want you. Oh, don't be a pussy, and you're like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying though, like, it's. I get a dirty look every time I go out, and I tell the waitress, no, no, and I only have one drink. Oh, you want another one? No. Sometimes they're
yeah,
like, oh, why not? I said, I'm driving. I said, are you gonna pay my lawyer fees? It's not worth. Even if someone paid your lawyer fees, you're still getting jammed up.
yeah.
Still getting jammed up. You're getting jammed up. Not for me. This cigar, I'd give a 4.0. It is what it is. It's a fun cigar. It was spicy. It got oily and buttery as well. It's not going to be like blow your mind, but it was enjoyable. And for $7.99, and for the year of the rabbit, it was one of the better of the punch. Chinese Zodiacs. So I would recommend it, understanding what it is, and that's that.
Yeah, Rich, I feel like this cigar would be nicer in like a smaller ring gauge. This is a 54. I feel like a medium cigar, like as you say it all the time, change the size, change the blend. But I feel like this cigar specifically, like it would definitely like make it more punchy for sure.
Yeah, and I agree with that with any cigar for the most part. Um, it's harder when you get past 54 gauge, like 56. Was that 56?
54, 54.
Only 54?
I believe so. Yeah, I think it's a 6 by 54 if I'm not mistaken.
So that's not tremendous, but it's also Connecticut in 54. Okay, I'll put it this way: a Connecticut in 54 is not the same as like a Maduro Oscuro in 54.
Yeah,
You know, it's easier to water down Connecticut because it's already weak to begin with. Does that
yeah,
make sense? So I prefer Corona, Connecticut's a Corona, Robusto. You know,
yeah.
uh, if it
This is
is a Toro, if it
this
is
is
a Toro,
Costa Rican tobacco, Richie.
what's that?
Alfonso's Costa Rican tobacco.
I don't know if it's Costa Rica, but I think it's produced in Costa Rica. I
Okay.
believe the factory is in Costa Rica, which is very strange, and I don't think no one else is really doing that. And maybe he saw an opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, obviously they're doing something right because his quality's top notch. You
Oh
can't
yeah,
say.
100%. No, no, yeah, yeah.
Did you buy a box?
Nah, I just got four. I got the Byron 1850 also. Sacco recommended that one.
But
I
you
think
can't say nothing about the quality, man. Like when you look at the construction of those cigars, man, those are top notch.
yeah. It's tasty. It's good. I mean, I don't know if it's worth $45. I mean, I'd rather if I was spending $45, I'd rather get a nice Opus than a Alfonso. That's just me. But
Dude, I could get two opuses for that price and have
yeah,
change. I get opuses for $18.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I get Opuses in like New York here for like I don't know 25, 30, 35.
It depends on where you go. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, look at this Dragland. Holy shit. Spicing it up. Dragland, what did he say? He said, just because. Hey, that's a lot of dough. We're going to try to bail out R. Kelly. No, we're not. I'm just kidding. R. Kelly, $20 ain't going to cut it. And R. Kelly, he's a complete sociopath, pervert. And I can't believe he did his shit for that long. Because we're not talking about women. We're talking about, high school
Yeah.
kids, 15 years old. How did he not get caught? Who was he paying?
Rich,
I think what happened is the money ran out and then shit comes out. When you have money, you could pay off the people and say, shut up. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah. Rich, what do you think about this? I mean, he had a fucked up childhood. I think a lot of the things that he did, like history repeats itself. Like, what do they say? The victim becomes like the person, the
They
perpetrator.
say hurt people. But that's bullshit. If you murdered someone in my family because someone in your family was murdered when you were a kid, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Your ass is mine. I just can't stress it enough.
Yeah. They say a lot of the younger women that he like got with, the parents kind of like went along with it, like
Oh,
backstage
that's a whole
and like
other factor. Trust me.
yeah,
He's not. He's not just guilty by himself. It's kind of like when
yeah,
Jared got arrested. When Jared got arrested, the Subway guy, Eat Fresh, $5 foot long fuck up. When he got arrested, uh, he wasn't by himself because he was producing that stuff in his house. Who was he selling it to? How come we didn't hear about who got arrested? It was only him.
yeah,
So yeah, he deserves federal prison. He deserves death penalty.
yeah,
That being said, you get what I'm saying though? I hate to say it. It's like certain people at a certain level, if you have a certain amount of money, you're untouchable. It really is. I hate to say it.
yeah. Dude, even Rich, you remember Karl Malone, the basketball player from the Utah Jazz? He impregnated I think he was 18 at the time. He impregnated a 14-year-old woman. You knew this? 14-year-old girl.
No, I didn't know that.
Dude, that got swept under the rug. A lot of the things are coming back out now. It was just like the NBA All-Star Weekend, and he was like there, and a lot of like the reports are coming back out. But yeah, I mean, no one really talks about that. But he impregnated a 14-year-old girl when he was like 18, 19 years old, and like she had the kid and shit. Crazy.
Well, okay, and that's terrible and illegal. But I thought you meant when he was like 50. And
No,
not
no,
saying
no.
the law, but you know what I'm saying. That's completely. You should go to prison for that. But you know what I'm saying. No, I think in the eyes of the law, if you were 18 and she's 14, they might look at it as different if you're like 40 and she's 14.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
uh, I'm not saying it's right. Don't get it twisted. What I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying though.
yeah, no, yeah,
But I mean, if you go in the minute segment, there are people that let's say their girlfriend was 16 and they're 17, and then if the boy hit his 18th birthday, and then the girl's like 17, or maybe in that state it's 17, but she's like 16 and like almost 17 in 2 days. I've heard stories of like people getting wrapped up for that shit. You know what I'm saying though? And that's it's a crazy world, man. That's a crazy situation. There was who was that? Lawrence Taylor. He got arrested.
Yeah, I remember that.
He
That was
checked.
that was by me.
In his defense, he checked the ID, and the ID was she was an adult. She was over 18, but it was a fake ID. So he got caught for that.
That was by me. That was in Suffern, New York, right by me, like right where I'm from.
Yeah. But remember that though? So he did check the ID, but it was a fake ID. So it doesn't matter. If you're with if you're with the lady of the evening and you check ID and it's a fake ID and she's not, let's say 18 in that state, that's on you. You can't say, oh, well, that might help with the intent with the but he didn't go to prison, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You gotta figure, man. Like, come on, man. But for example, man, there was a meat factory in Nebraska that they got caught, and they had a bunch of workers there from Mexico, and they were like 12 years old, and they said, oh, we didn't know they had ID and they had social security numbers. Yeah, but they're all fake IDs. How do you not know someone's 12 years old? They knew, but they were working for nothing.
Yeah.
They're working for nothing. And you know what happened? The meat company just paid a fine. That's it. Nobody went to jail.
Yeah.
How do you have people in a meat processing plant 12, 13 years old?
It's crazy.
Crazy, right? In some states, you might be able to have a part-time job, but they have people working there 40, 50 hours a week at 12 years old. Fucking, it's a brutal thing, man. Criminals. Where'd you buy those cigars?
Corona Cigar Company online on the website.
Corona. Joshua said he just smoked an Opus for $30. Lost City. That's a great cigar. And Dragland, man, really appreciate it, man. That was unexpected, And shout out. He said just because. So that was a huge flex. He flexed on everyone.
Damn, Rich. I mean, I'm on the live. I can't give my 99 cents after someone donates, a decent amount.
I'm gonna look forward to that.
Yo, Rich, 99 cents adds up, bro. I mean, I get the bill every month from YouTube, bro. Doesn't fuck around, dude.
Yeah. I really appreciate it, man.
Dude, no, I'm just joking. But now, Rich, I'll hop off here. I'll let someone else join on here. But Rich, appreciate you, bro. Love you, bro. And God bless.
Glad to have you on, Gio. We haven't seen you in a while. I'm gonna keep busting your balls because iron sharpens iron. It is what it is.
That's it, bro. Rich, I appreciate you, bro.
It was a nice little meeting. And any last things you want to say?
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Bye.
I like that. I respect that. Now get the fuck out of here. You go hang out with Gail Sack, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm giving this cigar a 4.0, which is a good review for this cigar. It was $7.99. The construction was good. The draw was good. The smoke out was good. But here's the thing: the cigar was much stronger until it hit the wrapper, and I'm telling you, the wrapper changes everything. The whatever's underneath the wrapper, whatever's underneath the top layer, is pushed. It pushes where the top layer is. So without the wrapper, the cigar was stronger. But once that wrapper picked up, it's pushing what the wrapper is. I can't stress it enough. It's kind of like diamonds. If they're on the surface, great. But the diamond's below the surface, what value does it have? It means nothing. So they're there, but I just can't stress it enough. The outer layer of the cigar is the most important. That sets the flavor. I just can't stress it enough. I just can't. Yeah. So Ed Lamont, if you're out there from Punch Cigars, I would recommend this cigar. I think it's a fun little stick. I like the size. It was a smart size. And yeah, I had a good time. 4.0. Now we're waiting for Jeremy to come on. And we hope we have a good connection with Jeremy. We'll see what happens with that. Sacco says that he's in a loud area, so I don't think we're going to have Sacco on tonight. This one's going to the nub. I got to get pushing because I got to have this cigar. We got a big boy coming up. I'm doing 2 sticks tonight. So get ready. This one's going to be strong. Holy shit. This is the Cro Magnum, and this is one of their strongest cigars. But I've never had the Cro Magnum in this large Toro, probably 6x52, and I'm looking forward to it. And but I did buy this in the discount section, and that means it has time on it. How much time, I don't know, but probably a time, at least a year, if not more. This place, when they get discount stuff, it doesn't come from that store. It'll be stuff like leftover in other stores that have too much stock. And let's just say they have 2 or 3 left of this, 2 or 3 left of that, and they want to make room and move boxes around, then they'll just dump them all in the clearance section. I'm looking forward to it. It's finishing nice. Cigar had some good pep to it. It was stronger in the beginning without the wrapper. So if you buy this cigar, take off the wrapper. Just unravel the wrapper. Smoke the binder and filler, and it was pretty strong. If you want to do that kind of party, my friend. About to finish this cigar. We're going to the Cro Magnum. Grab another cigar. Grab a real cigar. Be a real fucking man, and here we go. And that's that. Water. Water. Don't be drinking alcohol if you're operating a vehicle. I can't stress it enough. It's got a very thick wrapper on this. I'm cutting the cap here, and that's kind of a chalky kind of a feel to that wrapper. Single cap, though. So heads up on this cigar, single cap. You don't have to cut much. A lot of guys cut too much off a cigar. That's a single cap, man. You should still see the bend of the cigar. If it's a round cigar, you should still see the bend. You don't want that unraveling. I can't stress it enough. I just hope there's not too much moisture in this stick, and here we go. Geo, these are called matches, Geo. Invest in matches. This is a big cigar, so I'm going for a double match here for the foot. You want to use soft, gentle heat. I can't stress it enough. Just warm that cigar, start on the side, slowly rotate. Slowly rotate. Gio, you're going to get better flavor, Gio. Gio, you're going to get better flavor. That cigar started off bitter, like you said, because you burnt it. I can't stress it enough. Nobody wants a well-done steak. Don't overcook your tobacco. I can't stress enough. You have to accept responsibility. There's nothing wrong with a torch if that's what you want to use, but you really got to keep the distance or use a soft, gentle heat torch. I don't mind a torch for inclement weather or outside in windy areas. Okay, I respect that. But if you're in an enclosed area, there's no excuse. Use some matches. So in big news yesterday, we were talking about, this is major news. If you guys don't know about it, Alec Bradley was bought by General Cigars, which was bought by STG, because STG, Scandinavian Tobacco Group, owns General Cigars. And they own a lot of stuff. But the point is still, STG doesn't make cigars. They have companies under General. So it's interesting that General owns Alec Bradley. I'll be very excited to see where they're going to put Alec Bradley. Is it going to be around that CAO price point? Is it going to be above that, next to maybe high-end Macanudos and Cohiba? Or are they going to make it like a punch brand, a value brand? I think that'd be the smarter one. But we'll see if they're going to keep the range. I'm very excited to see what General Cigars does with Alec Bradley. And hopefully some of the issues I had with them, hopefully they'll correct that. I mean, that's a major. That's a major investment. There he is, bro.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
What do you say? What do you hear?
How you doing?
My friend, what do you feel about the whole Alec Bradley transition to General Cigars?
I think it's a good move. I hope they make some better blends. I mean, I'm
I
not saying Alec Bradley is shit, but the
No, they
few that
fell
I've
off track.
tried,
They fell off
yeah,
track. They used to be kind of like a boutique brand when they started off with Prensado, and the Prensado quality went down. And they made more, stuff with Cigar International and a lot of cheap cigars. Um, I would be interested to see them make less cigars, but better blends. And even the blends they have, it'd be interesting to see if they have better quality. I think General's very smart. The thing is, though, their brands in general are also like generally price ranges or categories. So, like on the bottom end, you have like Punch, on the high end, you have Cohiba. So, I'm interested to see where they put the brand. Does that make any sense?
yeah, exactly. I'm curious to see what they do with it. I wonder if they'll get rid of any blends. I don't know. Probably not, because I'm sure there's people out there that enjoy those blends, and they probably don't want to get rid of them. I would say, unless they're not selling well, then maybe they would. I don't know.
Well, I think they can remarket them. I think they could bring back the Pensadio to its heyday, because the original Pensadio was a fantastic cigar. I'll tell you what, I had a great experience with that cigar. The first time I had it, I was at a high-end steakhouse, and it was a cigar night. It was $100 a person. This is back, let's say, 8 years ago, so that was a lot of money. You have a nice steak, you had a seafood entree, and you got two drinks, and at the end you got dessert, and you got a Prensado. And I was like, Prensado, what the fuck is this? And like, oh, Alec Bradley. I'm like, who's that? I'll tell you what, I was blown away how good it was, and the whole steakhouse was smoking Prensado, and the room smelled great. It was a great cigar. Um, but I can't say that cigar, let's say 8 years ago, is not the same cigar now.
Yeah,
It's because now they're dumping that cigar $2 a piece on Cbid. It's something has to give. I think if everything was going well with Alec Bradley, why would he sell? Maybe he
right.
realized he already peaked, and from there it's downhill. He's getting older. Cash out. Now here's the thing. Does that mean they get Alec and Bradley? You know the company that they have for the son, Alec and Bradley. It's
Yeah.
a different. It's a different brand per se, or a brand within a brand. I wonder if that's included with the deal.
Oh, I thought it was all one company. No.
No, I don't know. I'm asking you. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I thought it was one company, but I'm not sure.
No, because they have the Gatekeeper, they have the Kinsuye, and they had one other one. I forget. It was Blind Faith, and I would say that those cigars were better than the newer stuff Alec Bradley was putting out. Um, but it just came out of nowhere. Like I've seen interviews with Alec Bradley, within the year, and he didn't say, "Oh, I'm going to sell the company." You know,
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. I'm curious to see where they go. What do you got? That's the Cro-Magnon or Cro-Magnum.
yeah, I'm going to see how this picks up. I never had the larger size of this, and so, but also I just had a cigar before it. But the cigar I had before this wasn't tremendously strong. So but this cigar has some time on it though, because any of the cigars in the clearance bin, they've been around a while. Because what happens is they have a lot of stores in the state, and let's say there's one or two left in a box, they take those out, and if they don't have another box to put it in, they end up in the clearance bin. But they end up like in like as loosies. Does that make any sense? And
Yeah.
but they don't come from that store though. Like they all get basically they have a warehouse and they send cigars that they didn't sell, or they have a few left, and the people that run the warehouse will collect a bunch of stuff, and then they'll divvy up the loosies, and they'll discount them just as loosies. Which I'd rather buy this for $9.99 than full price.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, I've had that cigar before. It was pretty good.
No, I like the brand. I like Roma Craft. I think it's a really good upper mid tier brand. That the prices are not crazy, and the blends are unique enough that like it's worth smoking. You know what I'm saying though? Because
Yeah.
when you get boutique and you're gonna cost a little more than mid tier, you got to do something for me, or else why am I gonna do that? I can go buy AJ Fernandez. I can go buy whatever CAO
Yeah.
or Nudo for mid-tier pricing. What do you do in that special? And one, I do like their bands. I think their bands are pretty cool. I like how they put the name in the same color, like it's almost like it's in the print, so you can barely see it. But that's kind of a different thing because most of the time people want their name to stand out. Here you have to look at it like it's almost like the letters are in the same color, so you can't really see it. It's almost like you have to feel it, and it's different. But the Cro-Mags is my favorite. How about you?
Yeah, I like that one. I want to try the Baca. You did a review on that one. I've not had that one. That's the Cameroon, right? I really want to try that one, but
Small size. It was delicious, but different kind of party. The Cro-Magnum is a much stronger
yeah,
cigar.
yeah. I love a good Cameroon though, for
He said he just ordered some matches on Amazon. Good for you. Good for you, Gio. I'm glad,
sure.
glad matches are still legal in New York City. Yeah, SDG bought Room 101. They own a lot of brands. Yeah, dude. I mean, and they did rebrand the. Have you tried the reblended? Oh shit! What's that cowboy brand I said? I didn't like the original ones. Sancho Panza. The new Sancho
Oh,
Panza is better. I prefer it, man. Wow, they really improved the quality of the blends.
yeah, I've not tried them in a long time actually. When I first started smoking cigars, like in the early 2000s, I got some double Maduros, and those were pretty good. They were strong, but they were pretty good. But I've not tried them since then.
The blends are, I think, more up to date what people want. Um, they're good. I had I think two of them and I enjoyed them, and so I found them better than the original blends.
Okay.
Um, that's a brand. Everyone,
Is that Altatus or General?
no, that's General.
Okay.
It's like a forgotten, and that's a Cuban name, Sancho Panza. So that's a forgotten brand. Sancho Panza and Hoyo de Monterrey on the General side are like two forgotten brands. Like you go to stores, you very rarely see Hoyo, like Epicures and the Monterey. What do you call it? The Excalibur. But those are good sticks. Have you ever had those?
No, I have not.
I don't think they're marketed well, but they sell a lot on the internet. Like people, because you get boxes pretty reasonable, $100. You buy a box, and you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
Same thing with Bolivar on the General side, underused, but they sell a lot on the internet. But you're not gonna go to a lounge and they're gonna have a Bolivar night. It's just not gonna happen. Like nobody cares,
yeah, yeah.
and that's fine. It's you know, in a way, by no one caring, it keeps the prices down. It's good for people. You want to, like PG loves the Boulevard. I love the Boulevard. Um, did you ever have the Boulevard?
Not the Confradia. I've tried that the one that comes in the tube.
I like that one. You didn't like it?
I liked that one. No, it was very strong
Yeah.
in like the glass tube or clear tube. Yeah,
But it had a lot of sweetness. It was dark though, but it was
yeah,
that's a pretty good strong cigar. That's not a weak cigar.
yeah, yeah. No, I liked it. I want to try the other one too, but I'll probably
The
have to get it
Confront
online.
a little lighter, but I think it's just as strong and heavy. But it doesn't have that darkness or that rich, very strong sweetness. But it's pretty impressive. It does a lot for $5-6. Holy shit! How much more could you want?
Hmm.
It's a good cigar for $6. Um,
Yeah,
and when I smoke it, I don't go, oh, it sucks, but it's only $6. Like, no, they could charge more if the brand was more marketed well and they put a better band and maybe a nicer box. But maybe that's the better way to do it. Who cares about the box or the brand? If you like it, it's a good secret within the cigar community. You can have a good time. Those cigars, you could collect them and take the bands off and no one will know and say, hey, try this. And they're pretty strong, especially in the smaller sizes like Robusto. Yeah, they're pretty stout. What are you smoking?
Ashton ESG Toro.
Now that I hear is a lot of is that similar to the Opus X I heard?
Um, I mean, I think it's. I mean, you've had them before, right? The ESG,
It's been a while, but no, I've
a
heard that
long time.
he uses using Opus X fillers, and I could be wrong.
I don't think it's using Opus X fillers. I think I read that the wrapper does come from Chateau de la Fuente, but it's not an Opus wrapper. They only use this wrapper on the ESG, as far as I know. Um, I would say that it's kind of similar to an Opus. It has some pepper, very creamy. coffee wood note,
It's not
kind of
not
classic Fuente, but it's
not a,
sun grown, so it's got that sun grown flavor to it, and it's got more pepper than I would say than like say
it's
a
not
Cameroon would.
like zesty. The zesty, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But $20.
Um, maybe about that. I don't know. I got a box of them, and the box was rather expensive, but it was 25 in a box. I think I paid like 500 and something for the box. So I don't know. I guess I'd have to do the math.
Not bad though, bro. Are you smoking them or are you saving them?
Oh no, I'm smoking them. Here you go. Yeah, I probably got half a box left.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, but I've had that box for probably over a year, so
Did you get to see Sacco last night on the live?
I did. I didn't. Sorry, I didn't talk or say much. I'm up here in Michigan, so we had a hell of an ice storm. I actually just got power back by some miracle of God, I guess, because everybody around me is still out. But like my block has power, so we actually
Wow.
went out to eat to kind of get warm and just get away from the house, and came
Wow.
back and the power was on. So it's like, oh well, hopefully it stays on. But yeah,
So
there's like 600,000 people out of power in Michigan right now.
you're flexing on your neighbors right now. You're like, I got electricity, you know.
Yeah, the neighbors across the street, I'm pretty sure they're still out.
In that case, though, so when you have no power, does your humidor turn off?
Oh yeah, they're off. I mean, the humidity kept, because I do have bovitas and stuff in there to kind of help, regulate the humidity, but obviously the temperature dropped. So, you know what? I mean, I've had no burn issues with this cigar all night. It's been great. I mean, the humidors were down. We went out last night, yesterday evening. It was down for maybe 24 hours.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing though. You don't want to be open up the doors a lot though and let the humidity out.
Right, yeah, I didn't open the doors at all. Well, I did go into my small humor last night and I got a cigar, but late at night. But yeah, they're doing well. And the tall humor I showed you guys, it's got a heater in it as well. So when the power kicked back on, that thing heated up. So not very fast. It took a while. So it
How
doesn't,
cold is it right now?
what's that?
What's the temperature
What was the temperature?
right now? Yeah.
Oh, right now it's 37 degrees out right now, so it's not horrible.
No, dude, it's eight.
The house was, I don't know, our house got down to maybe like the high 50s. It wasn't actually too bad because it
No.
hit 50 today. So we had the ice storm yesterday, like the most ice we've had in I don't know how many years. It was horrible. Like lines were just snapping, trees were just snapping, falling on lines, breaking shit. Yeah, it was bad. But it got to 50 today, so all of it melted.
You're
You
lucky.
know,
We had snow yesterday, but it wasn't a major storm, but it was enough, about 3 inches. But it's 8 degrees right now, and this morning was -5. So
mhm.
you
Yeah,
know,
I was gonna build a fire tonight in the fireplace, but came home and the power was on. So you know.
yeah, you could use your Opus X as firewood.
No,
That would
no,
be
no, no.
that would be the saddest fire, man, of all time. I'd be like,
Yeah,
oh,
that'd be the saddest fire. I would cry.
that would, you just throw like 50 Opus X in there, and oh no, like that would
You're
just
just
be
over the fire trying to smell flavor, all the flavor coming off. Mm.
that would be a
Trying to inhale you're trying to get the smoke in your mouth as it's burning.
dude. I'd be on top
Uh,
of the chimney. I'd be on top of the chimney smoking it in, with like a funnel. You know what I'm saying? Though?
yeah. Yeah, no, so yeah, I think the cigars are fine though. Like I said, the humidor did get, they got a little cool. They got down to probably like the 60s, almost 50, but they're almost back to normal now.
Interesting. When I got
Power's
home,
been on for a couple hours, so the home, we had a chance to heat everything back up.
that's not bad. My girlfriend told me when I got home, she called the front desk because by her car she parks on the side of the building. Um, she's like, "Yeah, there's a car here, and the rear window smashed out, and the all the plates are missing. It looks like a stolen car. And she's like, "Oh no, it was a stolen car, but the person lives here, and their car got stolen, and now they got it back, and now they have to get plates again." But it's such a different situation because in New York, it doesn't matter. You can't have a car on a road. You can't even have a car on your driveway with no plates. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, if it's your car has to be.
Right, right.
You need plates. I can't stress
Yeah,
that because if that
yep.
driveway is connected to the road, it would not be smart to anywhere in New York State without plates. Are they more strict like that in Michigan or no?
Yeah, same type of thing. I mean, if you have a car on the road or even in your driveway with no plate, I mean, they might say something to you. I mean, you're supposed to, if it's visible, you're supposed to have a plate and a tag on it.
Right, because it's more about the intent. Because it's like, generally speaking, people with no plates are generally up to no good. You know, you know.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, but here it's a little different, man. Here they're more lax, which is it's really a bad thing though, because people abuse that shit. Because if you don't have a driver's license or insurance, just don't put any plates, so it's not traceable. Because
Yeah.
your insurance plates are expired, the plates are still traceable to you if they were your plates. You know what I'm saying though? So
Mhm.
yeah, plates. If you hit someone and you drive off, oh, it was a blue Altima. So what? They're not gonna know who it was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, firm. I got a generator firm, but I didn't hook my humidors up. Like I said, I figured they'd be fine. I had my fridge and big freezer, downstairs hooked up to the generator for a little bit.
I just heard a little crack. I gotta be careful because it's so cold by the window. Even though I'm in the car, like we're keeping the cigar by the window. Like 8 degrees, man, could fuck up a cigar real quick.
Oh yeah, that's really cold.
You could have a crack. Hopefully, so I'm just gonna try not to squeeze it too hard. Like
Yeah.
here's the only problem with these bands. Like they double banded, and hopefully this comes off. Let me see. It's like a paper band. That's the one thing I can say about Cro-Magnum. The secondary band sometimes comes off like shit, like this. It peels like shit.
I know what you mean. Yeah, this ESP wrapper actually came off kind of shitty. I had to tear it up.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you got to see the pictures. You see the pictures of Asako in Dominican Republic with Lito Gomez and all
Oh
the
yeah.
Carrillo.
Yeah. That's crazy. I'm definitely gonna look into that trip. I'd
But
love to go. That'd be cool if we could get a group of us to go, or even.
when I see the pictures, it looks like it looked like EP Carrillo got to meet Sako. He looks like a rock star.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just flexing on these guys. And the shirts he has, the power shirts. My God, what a flex.
Hmm.
Like
I can't pull those off.
that you gotta be like Flexosaurus Rex. When you to pull.
Yeah.
That shirt is just like it looks like a king is there. You know what I'm saying? They're like flex, you know.
Yeah.
Have you been to DR or no?
Mm-mm. No, I've actually never been to any cigar shows ever. I'd like to go to one.
Yeah, it seems like it's a good trip, man, because the tickets aren't that expensive, but it's more about the whole trip, the hotels, the
Yeah.
flights. But it's a
Yeah.
great vacation. But I mean, just to be around that environment, around all the cigar people, that looks like a good time.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, firm. Yeah, if Geo keeps on giving me 99 cents, I'll get there. I'll get there. That's 99 cents. You know, it's adding up. Hey, what's up, Sako? You staying fresh? Oh, Sako's it's so humid over there. That kind of humidity, you could take 2 showers a day, you're still sweating your ass off. It's like
Yeah.
100.
Yeah. I'm a ginger. I'd have to take like 5 showers a day in that humidity.
Yeah, man. It's well, you get some humidity in the summertime, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, it definitely gets rather humid up here in the summertime for sure. But I've been to Florida, man. That's a different humidity in Florida.
Yeah. And I would say, like, even in New York, I never had the humidity in New York, even though it's humid. It never ruined the cigar. So
Right. Yeah.
to be that humid down there that you can't get past the first third without the cigar, like, just like that's crazy. Imagine smoking
Oh,
open.
is that what he said? You can't smoke more than a third of it or half of it?
You could, but like it goes out, like the ashes
Oh,
just.
it's just too wet. It's too wet.
Yeah.
Damn, that kind of sucks. Actually, I wouldn't want to smoke any cigars.
I guess maybe you could smoke a cigar if you're in a sauna with like dry heat.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, unless like Carlito or somebody's providing them, then I don't care. But yeah.
yeah. Well, I think if you go with the skinny gauge and a short cigar, like a short, really short, like a Petit Corona, that'd
Mhm.
be the way to do it. Because if you're smoking Toros and Gordos down there,
Yeah,
that'd be a
yeah,
waste.
you'd want to go with something small, Petit Robusto, or like a small Corona or something. Opus number 5 would be perfect.
Yeah. Oh, the Power Ranger would be great. I think.
You ever tried the number 5s? They're like a little petite Corona. They're a little tiny Opus.
I have had the small one. I love those ones.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
real peppery,
those ones,
pretty strong.
yeah, but the finish on those is magical.
Oh,
Like,
oh yeah, oh yeah.
what was I gonna say about that? Did you see the Andalusian Bull I posted in the chat? So apparently the new Andalusian Bull, they made it in like a 6 and change by I think 46. Like it's
Oh, it's a
wrapped.
new size. It's a new size. It's not the.
I don't know if it's the same blend either. No, but it's called Andalusian Bull, and I think it's called the Golden Bull or something like that. But
Oh,
and
oh,
supposedly it's connected with like I don't know if it's crypto. What is that stuff called? RFT? What's a NFT? What's an NFT?
oh. Yeah, that cryptocurrency shit. Yeah.
Supposedly, I think you can only buy it with that. I don't know, but I think they
What
were
the
going.
fuck?
I don't think they were cheap. I saw one person $60 a stick, but they were out of stock. So it's like
Yeah.
that's expensive, and it's a smaller size. But no,
Yeah.
3 years ago, I was interviewing the guy, the rep, the main guy, uh, from LFD, and I asked him. I said,
Mhm.
"The Bull is your best cigar. It's the most sought after cigar. It's a big stick. Why wouldn't you make a smaller version and have more? You could put twice the output, or at least you know what I'm saying. No, you can get more out there." And he's like, "Ah, no, we're not looking to do that." And then 3 years later, they make a smaller version. I feel
Yeah.
like, I feel like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? No, like I
Yeah.
literally asked this guy, and and that was 3 years ago.
I don't know, for $60 though. That's if that's how cheap, how expensive it is. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a
I
lot.
think I'll stick with the regular bull, and even the regular bulls. I've got one in my small humidor actually that I need to smoke. I got a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I think I paid. I want to say it was almost $30 for that cigar.
Because that's a $20 cigar, but inflation and that's become a real sought after stick. The Bull. It's almost like back then it was popular, but it wasn't. Now you're seeing gouging happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My main shop I go to, he had a box of them, but yeah, I didn't want to buy the whole box. I just maybe one day. I don't know. I've only had them once before. That's why I got another one. I want to try them again.
But that's the kind of thing you have to have on a clear day. You don't want to have
Yeah,
to cook anything else.
yeah,
And I had a great experience with that around the sunset time. You know what I'm saying though,
mm,
because it's not really a strong cigar. But I was outside near like a little lake and river, and like in the reeds in Long Island, really nice like South Shore town. It was beautiful. Um, but it's a big cigar and it's not really that strong. And it's
yeah,
funny that their best cigar, and LFD is known for strong cigars, but their best shit isn't strong. It's just
yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah. It's not a very strong cigar. I remember it being good, but yeah, not
No,
very
it's still
strong.
delicious.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I mean, their Cameroon is great too. I love the LFD's Cameroon. I thought that was a pretty magical cigar. Yeah, honestly.
yeah, the Cameroon cabinet, and that's pretty reasonable. What was that around like 13, $14?
Yeah,
I like
something like
the
that.
have the Oro in the tube. That's a good cigar.
I don't know that I have.
Yeah, the Oro's. Yeah, I would check out the Oro. The Oro
I've
was
had the double. Yeah, I've only had LFD. I've had the double Hero, the Cameroon, and the Andalusian Bull.
dude. Those double Lajeros, man. Those are not to play around with.
No, no. And I had it in the chisel shape. The chisel. Oh my
I
God.
think that makes it
Yeah,
strong. That small tip.
yeah, yeah.
I think Little
Uh,
Gum crazy man. That guy. He clearly loves strong cigars. But that's who was saying that he smokes the Cameroon though. That's his favorite cigar. That's what he smokes on a daily basis.
mhm.
I think
I
somebody
mean,
was.
yeah, I don't doubt it. That's a good cigar. I had that in the chisel as well. That was amazing.
What I respect about LFD is if you're going back 15 years ago, when Nicaraguans started really getting crazy and it's all about strong Nicaraguan dark cigars. And Dominican cigars were all about luxury, but they don't make strong cigars. LFD put Dominican, just like Opus put Dominican on the map as far as a puro, and that's one of the best cigars in the
Yeah,
world. LFD put Dominican on the map as far as we can make strong cigars because nobody was making you know kick your ass Dominican cigars. Nobody until
yeah.
LFD. Now since then, has anybody else made kick your ass Dominican? I don't know. I don't think so, right?
You ever smoke any La Aurora?
Yeah, but they have a kick ass Dominican.
Well, yeah, they have. I mean, they have some pretty good Dominicans. They're actually they're older than Fuente. They've been in the Dominican Republic longer than Fuente has.
Yeah, they have the oldest factory in the Dominican
Yeah,
Republic. No, that's a
yeah,
good brand. I think they're misbranded, and a lot of shops don't carry them. And if they do, it's just the Preferitos, which are
yeah,
good. But those little green tubes, and but their regular stuff is really well priced. I would put
yeah,
like Aurora, like similar to like Joy de Nicaragua. Like Joy de Nicaragua is the oldest Nicaraguan, and then La Aurora is the oldest Dominican. You know what I'm saying though? And I think
mhm.
they're at the price point, and I think both those brands need to like refresh their way they advertise their mid tier stuff and to get it more noticed. Because most guys that smoke cigars aren't into La Aurora at all, right? Or they even
Yeah.
know, you
I've had
know.
a few of them. They're pretty good. Last
No,
one I smoked was the Cameroon, but it was the Perfecto. It actually looked like the stock of unicorns. It was like that Perfecto shape, like almost like a long football. It was
okay,
good.
no, Preferitos are good. Um, I've had even their regular stuff, like their regular Maduro, and it wasn't bad. Like like
Yeah,
it was like
I
$7.
would say they're like mid tier, right? I mean, they're
Yeah,
good
but
mid tier cigars.
I feel like it's a high value mid tier. You know what I'm saying? No, like it's.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, but once again, like all the big stores really don't carry. The mid tier stuff's dominated by like Altadas and General, um, and there's a lot of like mid tier Fuentes, a lot of mid
Yeah.
tier. Dude, you know who has dominated the mid tier in the past 10 years? AJ Fernandez. He has so many
Yeah.
mid tier cars, and
Hmm.
um, and I would say Rocky Patel and Alec Bradley were mid tier stuff, but Rocky Patel's really been going after luxury, which is, I have my issues with that, but like
Yeah.
you
I had
get to
the I had the Disciple the other day. It actually wasn't horrible.
no, no,
The
but
Rocky Patel Disciple.
that's only like $10, $12. I think it's a good for what it is. You know what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
Uh,
It
I'm
was
not
stronger. It was a stronger cigar. I enjoyed it.
okay, but at $12, would you rather have that or a Milano V Maduro?
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably go with the Milano V Maduro or a Pledge or something.
And that was the next cigar I was gonna ask. So, even at that price, have you had the high end Rocky like the 60 or the ALR or anything like that?
I have had the 60, and that was the one that got number 2 right on Cigar Aficionado. But it definitely should not have been number 2. But honestly, it was a decent cigar. I'm not saying I'd go out and buy a box of them. I might smoke one again one day, but yeah, I don't generally buy a lot of Rockies just because they just don't hit my palate. If you love them, smoke them. God bless. But
Yeah.
yeah.
The same thing happens to me with Perdomo. Like, listen, I'm not gonna
I don't
knock it.
like I don't like I don't like Perdomo. I
I
will say
don't.
that I don't like
There's
Perdomo.
been a few that I've enjoyed, but overall as a brand, if I zoom out and say the whole brand of Perdomo, like if I go into a store and they have a whole wall of Perdomo, I'm like, man, like I'm just not. It doesn't do. And at that price point, okay, let's say you're talking about a $13, $14 20th anniversary, I'd rather have so many other brands than that. But
Yeah.
once again, if you people enjoy them, someone's enjoying them, and
Yeah.
guys, and I respect that, But I'm not. I will say Perdomos always burn well. They're made well. But
To me, they got a weird profile to me. I don't know what it is. I can't quite put my finger on it.
exactly, it, it has like a high, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a high pitch, like finish. I'm smoking. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I can't place it, and it makes me feel a little uncomfortable when I'm smoking Perdomos. Like
Mhm.
it doesn't hit me right.
Yeah.
I'm talking like the 20th, whether it's the sun grown or the Maduro. Um, but the 12-year ones were better. The 12-year bourbon barrel aged. Like I'm talking about the ones they advertised the
Yeah.
12. Um,
Mhm.
those ones were better. But even
Yeah.
then, they're like $14, $15. So like at that point, like, would I rather have a Hemingway Maduro? Yeah. So, uh, but that's just me though. Whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah. Dragland's going. Hey, Dragland, you have a great night, and I appreciate, man, the money. You didn't have to do that. Much appreciated, man. You stay fresh. I'm gonna say this cigar, bro. Something happened to it because it lost its balls. I don't know how old it is. It is crazy that, like, I'm telling you, bro. Like, I'm almost getting nothing out of it. How crazy is that?
Hmm. And what
Because
what size is that?
it's a Toro, but isn't the Cro
Okay.
Magnon cigar?
Yeah, that one's normally pretty ballsy from what I remember, like the Neanderthal, Cro-Magnon. I thought they're stronger cigars, right?
I agree with you. What I'm trying to say is, I think this one had a lot of time to it, and not every cigar you give it time, a couple of years, because lots of times I'm telling you, the stuff in the clearance bin, it's been a couple of years, um,
Yeah.
it almost like it fell flat, and maybe it wasn't kept in the best condition. I don't know. I can't answer, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
burning well, everything, so I can't say that it's dried out or you know, um, uh, yeah, it almost feels like it's got no balls. Hopefully, it picks up because I
Hmm.
mean, I'm a good 2 inches in.
Well, you're getting to the second, third. I mean, it's probably going to smooth out a little bit.
Yeah, I will say this: like when you let a cigar sit for a couple of years, it affects the first third more than the second third. It affects the last third least. Does that make any sense? Like
Yeah.
because when you look at a leaf, like I told you guys, like the strongest part is near the tip, in the last third. So I think when you let a cigar sit, it's going to affect the first third more because it's the weaker part of the cigar. It
Yeah.
fades out faster if that makes any sense.
Yep. Yep.
So I'm hoping that picks up, but yeah. So if you're into Cro-Magnums, maybe don't let them sit for a couple of years. I don't know, but maybe
Yeah.
I bet the conditions maybe weren't perfect. Yeah, but no, the Cro-Magnums I had in the past were much stronger than this and much more tastier. Um, it can happen, man. You get a cigar that it goes flat. I don't know what would cause a cigar to go flat. What do you think?
Yeah. Too much age, maybe. I mean, if it hit its peak, or maybe just not right conditions. So it's like if they got too dry, lost their oils, lost
Well,
the
the other one,
flavor.
bro. Um, most though I can tell you, all these cigar shops out here are too moist. So imagine a
Yeah.
couple of years in a very moist environment. Wouldn't that
Yeah.
age a lot faster? So if you can
Yeah.
allow age cigars, they keep it cooler and drier, and it slows down the process of
Yeah.
what I call weakening the cigar. You know? Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, they're one of the shops near me, man, that you should see their padrones. I'm gonna say something to the guy next time, like, you need to you need to get with your rep and swap these out because it looks like someone dunked them in a bowl of water and then put them back in the box, like, they look horrible.
well, because Padrones aren't in cellophane, so they're very easily to get over.
Like, they've lost their color, they're losing their color, it just I mean, they're bad, like, and they're just sitting, it's like, no wonder nobody's buying those, dude.
It looks,
Nobody.
yeah, bro. Guys that are with the Padrones, that would be terrible, man. That would be. I happened to a shop in New York where the machine like overnight just kept on dumping humidity, like the sensor got fucked up, and so the next day everything was wet. It was a rainforest, and they had all the Padrones in buckets of rice. No joke.
Oh, shit. I
And
wouldn't I wouldn't I wouldn't smoke them, they're probably ruined.
I would smoke them for half price. All right, give me eight.
Yeah, maybe try one to see, like, yeah, but
No, but half price.
yeah,
They said they saved them. I didn't go back there for Padrones for a while. Right there, it started picking up, and that right now it's starting to feel Pro Magnum supposed to feel. So, like I said, I think time and like I said, I think a wet environment for cigars for aging, it accelerates the aging process. And so yeah, it's a note to take. Sometimes when you buy cigars that have time, like this shop down the street, which is a store chain, but this guy is a little more like a lounge. He purposely put stuff on the top and lets them sit for like 3, 4, 5 years. And he brought out like Padrones, and he's like, "Yeah, man, you try out these Padron 26s, man. I had them sitting for 5 years." And I was like, "No, like you ruined it. I don't want a Padron 64. Like that's supposed to be a strong cigar, and now you let it sit for 5 years. Like it wasn't.
yeah,
I don't know. It doesn't do it for me.
yeah,
Like for some people, they get wowed by that, but I'm like,
yeah. That's why I don't generally gravitate to the family reserves much. I'm not saying they're not good cigars, they certainly are, but when I smoke a Padron, I want that punch, I want that spice, I want that pepper. When I smoke a Padron, that's what I expect. The family reserves, those got 10-year age tobacco in them. They're way more mellow. Um, they don't have that spice and punch that the 26 has or the 64.
It depends what, but if you have the 85 is really strong.
I don't know if I have had the 85.
Dude, the 85. Okay, so in this case, you need to try it because 85, dude. If 85 is not that, 85 is like 85 is scary, way scarier than even 64 is not scary, but 64 has that like kind of a ballsy
Yeah.
car. The 85 is like a 64
Okay.
instead.
Maybe I'll have to try that one.
But I would say this in the family reserver, I think the 85 is the most overlooked, and it's generally the cheapest in the family reserve. I think 85 gets overlooked by the 90th and the 80th. You know, um,
Yeah. Yeah, I
uh,
got some 45s in my humidor, 45 natural, and they're good, but they just don't have the power that I was expecting, I guess.
yeah. I mean, when you go to Nicaragua with cigars, you want strong shit. You know,
Yeah.
um,
And that's not to say that's all I smoke. Obviously, I like all kinds of shit, but when I'm in that
have,
mood,
have you had the 35 by Monte Cristo, the strong one?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We had talked about that. Yeah, I like that cigar. That's good.
But once again, that cigar, if somebody lets sit for 5-6 years, I think I wouldn't even waste my time. You lose the balls. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
though?
possibly. Yeah, yeah. All
Well, it's
cigars
not
are
gonna,
different. I mean, they all have different peaks and aging. Like you know.
yeah. Yeah, and it might not be gradual. It might kind of stay and then all of a sudden drop. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
So I look at like higher end cigars. I think mid-tier cigars are better for that kind of aging because higher end cigars, they've already fermented that tobacco and they've already had an aging room 1-2 years.
Oh yeah.
It's ready to
Well,
go.
Opus X are aged 3 years before they ship them, man.
It's ready
That's
to.
after they roll them. They age them for 3 years.
Yeah, that shit's ready to go, man. Like for me, if I was buying Opus, you know how my rule, I smoke 3 Opus in a night. Like that's not.
Yeah.
I still can't believe I did that. 3 Opus in one night.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy. I can't believe I did that.
I'm surprised you didn't throw up.
Not at all. In fact, the H. Upman 175. And I'm breaking my rule. The cigar that should not be mentioned. At 175, that kicked my ass. That kicked my ass. But the recently that Corona, 25th anniversary at Florida Sungrown, that was the first cigar in a long time that almost made me throw up. I had to,
Mm.
I had to put it down before I threw up, which was really kind of mind-boggling.
Huh. Yeah, I haven't tried that cigar. I was interested in some of the Florida Sun-Grown. I had heard good things about them, but haven't tried one.
And what's crazy is that tasted like the strongest Habano cigar I ever had. But Big Firm swears that was the Maduro version. And I'm not saying he's lying or wrong. I'm just saying if that's the Maduro, it was a Habano Maduro because it literally tasted like how like Habanos have a certain.
Yeah,
First of all, I'm not crazy about Habano wrappers. You know what I'm saying though, and
it depends. Like, oh, actually, what's funny? I know you. I've heard you say that, but like my father, they use a lot of Habano wrappers in a lot of their blends, a lot of their sticks.
but are they tweaking them though? Like you know what I'm saying? Because when you say Habano,
Maybe, yeah. I don't.
it depends what region you're growing the Habano in, the priming, the whole blend. You know what I'm saying though? Like
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
yeah.
That Habano, man, on the Corona 25th anniversary, literally, it I was ready to puke. I was ready. Go to that video, look at the last 10 minutes, man. And I walked back to the apartment. I was like walking like a drunk sailor. I was like, oh, like I was fucked up.
Yeah, I generally don't get sick off of cigars. I mean, maybe it's because I'm a former cigarette smoker. I don't know, but I don't know. I generally can handle my nicotine well. I mean, but granted, if I sit here and smoke 2 or 3 cigars, I can tell. But I did get sick the last time I wasn't feeling well. I smoked This was probably a year or two ago. I smoked an Opus X. It was called Love Affair. Have you ever seen those? They're a little perfecto. They're about as big. They're a little bigger than a short story. They're probably about like a bestseller, maybe if you ever seen the bestseller Hemingway size. They're about those size. That cigar kicked my ass. And I actually felt a little ill at the end of it. That was pretty heavy.
It can happen. It can happen.
Yeah,
I'll say this: the cigars is back. It's at medium to full.
that's good.
and it's tasted like the Cro-Magnon should. I'm mad that it took that long to happen, but I guess with the clearance section, depending how much age and obviously improper aging within a too moist environment, things can happen.
Yeah.
But also, I think the blend, like not every cigar is meant to be sitting around for 2, 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Though,
Yeah, I agree.
and so maybe when it comes to like a lighter Connecticut shade that's not strong to begin with, you might not notice it. But
Yeah.
a cigar that's supposed to be strong, you know what I'm saying? Though it's kind of like
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't had any Padrones that were like 10-year age, because I think Padrones, people buy Padrones to smoke, man. People buy that shit to
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah, I haven't really. I think I don't know. Some of my Padrones I might have had for like a year, but yeah, I generally don't let them sit for too long.
Nah, I think they're meant to be. Those
Yeah.
are like ready to go. I don't. No, I haven't tried any aged Ligas. Have you?
No, no, I can't say I have. I've got a few number 9s in my humidor from last year, but yeah, nothing really old or anything.
No, I'm talking about like 5, 10 years, something crazy.
Yeah.
I would like to try. Honestly, I would like to try my father's. Like I'd like to try Bajou, age 2, 3, 4 years. I would like to see that because
Yeah.
I wonder what it would do to the Bajou.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't tried that. I mean, the only way to do it is to buy a box and smoke like, one every 3 months for like, let's say 5 years, and feel and take notes down and see how, you know what I'm saying though, like accurate
Yeah.
notes, you know.
Yeah,
You know?
you'd have to take notes, I think, because I mean, yeah, when you get significant age, there might be a big difference, but if you're smoking one every 3 months, I think the differences are going to be minuscule. You might miss something.
Right. But I'm saying every 3 months, but at 20 cigars, that it's gonna take you, 5 years, you know.
Yeah.
So that's
What'd
what
you
I'm saying,
say?
and see the
Firm,
transition.
right. Yeah. Firm says he had the 90th Natural and the Olmec Claro. You liked them.
Oh yeah, dude, those are great cigars. The 90 is great. The
Yeah.
Olmec, I am so happy the Olmec came out. Olmec is a great, I want to say almost alternative to the Padron. I'm not saying it's there to replace it, but it's nice to see another cigar in that kind of category. And I think on the same level, um, they're not like they're not to be trifled with. I think the Olmec. Have you had it? It's
Yeah.
a serious blend.
Oh, yeah. I bought a box. Remember, I sent the picture. I bought a box of the Maduros and the Claros. Yeah.
And great quality, man. Like that's
They only come 12 in a box, though, unfortunately. They're not big boxes.
yeah, but that saves the money. Then you don't have to spend that much money.
Yeah. I actually smoked a Claro last night.
How was it?
Oh, it was fabulous. I
Would
like
you
the
say
Claro better than the Maduro a little bit.
interesting. Would you say it feels like a Padron natural or no?
Uh, yeah, a little bit. It's different though, but I think yeah. Like I said, I think in terms, I don't know. I would put the Claro right in between 64 and the 26.
I said when I smoked the Maduro version of the Olmec, I said it was in between the 64 and 26. It felt smoother than the 64, but not as
Yeah,
smooth as 26. So it felt like something in between. Like, and I like that it kind of was in between there. That like it hit a spot that normally I go if I want more raw power, I go 64. If I want more complexity and beauty, but still have strength, I go 26. This was like in between the Olmec, and it hit like I think it was a smart pinpoint. Like it felt like, oh, okay, so like you can't make. I think Padron should make something in between because when it comes to Padron, really the 1000s for the bargain end, and it's 24 and 64. That's what everyone is smoking because the family reserve is a specialty, and for most people they're expensive. So it's Padron 64 and 26. I think they should make something in between. You know, uh,
yeah,
uh, will they though? I don't know, but I don't think so.
yeah. Probably. I don't think so. But yeah, I think the Claro is that Olmec Claro. It's pretty magical.
Yeah.
You had the Maduro, right? You haven't had the Claro, correct?
And I had it was a pretty large stick. I can't remember.
Yeah, I got the Toro sizes. I
Yeah,
like them.
dude.
Yeah, no, and don't get me wrong, the Maduro is a great cigar. I'm not saying it's not. They're both great cigars, but for me, I like the Claro just a little better.
Are you saying it's just better because it's better, or are you saying you prefer that type of? It's like a sun grown. You prefer that?
I prefer the flavor. The flavor profile hits me a little better. Hits my palate a little better. But I do love the Maduro though. I do. I actually almost picked up the Maduro to smoke tonight, but I went with the Ashton instead.
Right, it was. I've never had a bad time in Ashton, man. Like whether it's the VSG or the Symmetry is great, but the Symmetry, you understand, the Symmetry is a very quiet cigar. It's you could tell it's a lot more lower priming. It's a great cigar, but if you're not holding the smoke on that, it's kind of weak. If you especially if
Yeah.
you use stronger cigars. Um, so there's nothing wrong with the Symmetry. I would love the Symmetry on a day off, like going for a walk in the park or sitting at the beach, or you know what I'm saying, though, kind of like chilling out during the
Yeah.
daytime would be perfect. But
Yeah.
every time I go back to the VSG, man, I love the VSG so much.
Oh yeah. I love it. I love it.
Are you a fan of it or?
Oh yeah. Yeah. 100%. I just smoked a VSG probably a week or two ago.
Interesting, interesting. He said a bunch of companies using Florida Sun going with a Davidoff. Uh, yeah, the Highclere Castle. I was talking about that. What was it? Yesterday or today? Or I think today. In the Highclere. I've never tried it. It's expensive, but I've
I
never.
haven't either. Yeah, I haven't tried it either. That's Foundation, right?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
never. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't tried it. So far for me, my favorite Foundation is the Olmec series for sure.
I think that's their best cigar. And that honestly, if I had to
Yeah.
choose, if that one beats it clearly beats the Wise Men, and it clearly beats
Yeah.
the Tabernacle.
Yeah.
Do you agree on that
Yeah.
or no?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's my favorite Foundation I think that they've made. Definitely why I snagged a few boxes while I could. Because if you look online, they're hard to find online. I was surprised the main shop I go to, he had several boxes, so he ended up selling me a box of each. So
Well,
but
what's
yeah, I
nice
looked online. You can find I think the Maduros are sold out a lot. The Claros you can find online. At least last time I looked.
when that came out, what I liked about it was, you know what I say, like when it comes to like let's say Perdomo, we haven't seen their best cigar yet. When
Yeah,
when when the Olmec came out, I said they did it. They made their best cigar. Like when the Olmec came out, it just cleaned the slate and set a new bar for Foundation. And I was like, that's their best cigar. Like there was no, when I just saw it in the look, and I was like, this is a serious cigar. And then I
yeah,
smoked it with Johnny Stash, and I was like, and Johnny Stash smokes a lot of Patrons, and he loved it too. So like that means something, you know what I'm saying? No, because it's not cheap.
yeah,
It's $bucks. So like,
yeah,
like I'm not talking about it because we spent $20 and it better be good. No, I'm not hyping it up, but that's not a hype cigar. It has hype to it because it is good. You know what I'm saying though? Like
yeah,
meaning hype is backed by reality. You cigars can have hype, but if there's no reality, they'll fizzle out within a year, real quick.
yeah.
I think the
Yep.
Olmec is here to stay. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Because honestly, I might make that cigar a normal rotation in my humidor.
I'm hoping my guy here. I told him to get it, because he's gonna get when he gets it, man. He'll probably get him for $14. My guy, he only wants to make $1 to $1.50 per cigar, because he just moves by
Yeah,
volume. Dude, come on, bro. Who else has Power Rangers for $15.99?
yeah, yeah. That's a good price. Does he sell other Foundation cigars?
I didn't look because I'm not crazy about Wise Man's not bad, but the Wise Man is a real fuck. Like the Wise, have you ever had the Wise Man?
Yeah, the Wise Man Maduro. Yeah,
Like that's a fucking firecracker kind of young tobacco. Like that's a wowzers. That's not a relaxing cigar. Like nothing
yeah,
wrong with it. Just saying, but you got to be in that kind of mood. And for me, I wouldn't want to be smoking a lot of Wiseman if I want to blow up my palate. But
yeah,
I respect the power on that cigar. Um,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That one is very earthy and very spicy. Like
yeah, yeah, for sure.
you know, but I think Foundation minus their bullshit. What was that one with the cow tongue tobacco from Jamaica? I hated that one. The
Oh, I didn't try it. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
See, but I think that was just more of a one-off. Most of like Nick Melillo is that how you say his name? Nick Melillo. Most of his stuff is pretty. I mean, you got to remember him and Saka. Both helped design the Liga. So
Yeah.
uh, Nick Melillo really likes his darker Maduro, broadleaf cigars for sure.
Yeah, Melillo is crazy about broadleaf. Anything Connecticut.
Yeah.
Um,
He moved to Nicaragua, right? He actually lives in Nicaragua.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And dude, I mean, there's a lot of shit going on in Nicaragua right now. It's not, they're
Yeah.
having a lot of problems, right? As far as stability, I heard they're having a lot of issues getting the tobacco to the coast. Like it's not
Oh
safe.
shit.
Yeah. So maybe we'll start seeing more Honduran cigars. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it settled. That'd be a shame if we couldn't get our Nicaraguan cigars for sure.
Within reason, we can't say it's not going to happen because
Yeah.
throughout time there's been issues in Nicaragua. They burnt down the Fuente factory in the 70s.
Yeah,
They had a factory in Nicaragua and they burnt it down.
they did. Yep.
So I mean, if it's unstable and and there's reasons. I'm not judging anyone. I'm saying, but if the people are suffering and the government's corrupt, it's just going to create unrest. And if riots happen and you get in the way, there goes your factory. So, but I'm sure in this day and age, companies like Joy de Nicaragua, which is really soccer. I think a lot of soccer stuff is made at Joy de Nicaragua still, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
So my point is, I'm sure they have a lot of security.
Yeah.
You gotta have security. You
Oh
gotta
yeah.
you gotta have
Yeah.
a lot because it's major investments, man. Because think about how vulnerable tobacco is. Not just the fields. Forget a field. That's one crop. You could have 3, 4, 5 years crop aging in barns, and if that shit
Yeah.
catches on fire, that's maybe hundreds of millions of dollars of tobacco gone.
Mhm.
Now,
Oh yeah.
and it's happened before,
Yep. Yeah. I mean, Fuente's lost, and they've lost their stuff a lot of times. They lost their shit in Nicaragua. They lost their shit in Dominican. I mean, yeah, they've lost a lot of.
A storm could wipe it out. You know what I'm saying? No, I could.
Yeah, that's happened. Yeah, the hurricane in like the '90s wiped all their shit out, all but like 3 barns, I think.
And that's where we got the Anejo, correct? Because they lost the wrapper, and so
Yeah, I don't know when did it come out? What year did the Anejo come out?
I don't know, but the Anejo they said happened because they lost the wrapper, and they used Connecticut broadleaf Maduro, aged in cognac barrels, and they used that for
Mm.
the wrapper, and that's in the Anejo, which is Opus X binder, filler, and different. But that just
Yeah.
goes to prove because the Anejo doesn't feel anything like an Opus X. That just goes to prove
Yeah.
that change. What I'm saying is, you change the wrapper, it changes everything because it changes the perception. You,
Mhm.
I just can't stress it enough. The wrapper, just like the jacket I'm wearing right now, I'm a guy I'm wearing blue, and a heavy coat. The wrapper, the fillers push what the wrapper is, because if that wasn't the case, how come Connecticut shade cigars taste light and you know more weak? I can't stress it enough. Like the wrapper kind of sets the tone, and then like the fillers push what the wrapper is because
Yeah.
now is it the placement? I think it's the placement. I think it's the placement.
Yeah.
It's kind of like whatever's on top sets the perception. Why that happens totally, it's easier for me to explain the gauges. Obviously because the skinnier the gauge, the smoke gets more intense.
Yeah.
Because the molecules of the smoke are more on top of each other, so it's perceived to be more intense. Um, it's like 10 guys in a little room versus 100 guys in a stadium. Nobody gives a shit. So it's a more intense. You wouldn't want 10 guys in a jail cell, but 100 guys at a giant stadium, everyone's got a lot of room. So that's like the gauge. As far as the wrapper, it changes everything, and it has to be the placement because it's on top. And I don't have a total scientific experiment. I mean, explanation, but
Yeah.
example, if you went to any cigar, like the one you sent me, the with all the Don Carlos, well, then the God of Fire went to a Habano wrapper, and it totally changed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, though? And it felt
Yeah.
out of.
Yeah. That's a totally different cigar. It doesn't even remind me of a Don Carlos in any way.
And all they did was change the wrapper, though. But I'm
Yeah.
telling you, the wrapper, in my opinion, is the most important part of the cigar. Um,
Hmm.
and I just don't have a complete scientific explanation, but I can tell you from experience, the wrapper changes it. Because let's
Yeah.
like a Perdomo. Every cigar they make it in 3 wrappers. Well, I promise you, the Connecticut shade is not going to taste like the Maduro at all.
Yeah, no.
All he did was change the wrapper. So it's it should. A lot of guys say, "Well, it's the wrapper to filler ratio." That's bullshit because they say, "Oh, the skinnier you go, the wrapper's more important." No, the skinnier you go is not the wrapper. The skinnier you go, now all the smoke combined um, has less room and it's going to be more intense. But it's not like if you go with a skinny Connecticut, it's going to be stronger than a Maduro at Robusto. It's not going to. It's not going to
Yeah.
be like
Yeah, I
you know.
think you're right. I think the ratio does have some type of a factor in it, but I mean, you're right though. The gauge definitely matters, and the wrapper definitely matters. I mean, I think it's all it's an
To me,
accumulation of all of it, right?
the length is going to be how much time, and also how much time it takes to build up. But then the gauge
Right.
sets the parameters on how much. Um, okay, push it this way: a skinnier gauge with a strong wrapper is the maximum capacity for that cigar, and then as you go bigger, it's less capacity of that cigar. So it's going to be still in that
Yeah.
maybe that similar wheelhouse per se, but as you change the pressure in a sense, you might be getting less or more different notes because lots of times when you go real strong, you might get less complexity, but what's there is more like only the strong survive. Like the notes that are going to be there are going to be more heavy and complex. I mean, heavy. Whereas when you open up a cigar, the notes aren't going to be as strong. So maybe there's room for more other notes that you wouldn't have noticed. I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
rock band versus an orchestra, right? I mean, rock
Yeah.
band's louder, but there's 3 people playing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but all of it's a factor. Um, but I think to me, still the rapper is the most important because once again, if you took like going back to if you took a Robusto Connecticut versus a Toro broadleaf Maduro, it's still going to be stronger than a skinny Connecticut. But we know obviously size does increase strength. But I think the size, the skinnier sizes just increase the potential of the wrapper. It doesn't. A Corona cigar doesn't make it stronger than a Robusto if it's different wrappers. You get what I'm trying to say with that?
Yeah. Yep, I agree. I agree.
You know. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just crazy how they're still coming out with new blends. And think about how many blends already exist. How many different ways can they rewrite the wheel?
Yeah. Yeah. There's like I always say, you could smoke a different cigar every day for the rest of your life and probably not get through every brand, every size, every blend. It's endless.
Endless. And as time goes on, and they get more crazy ways to, I don't want to say infuse, but to, okay, for example, what they did with the Firewalker. Well, we're going to age the tobacco in like palm trees, whatever they put it, like in palm leaves or something like that, and
Yeah.
bury it in a volcano. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's next? Next, they're going to bury tobacco surrounded by spiders. All right. It's going to have, I don't know, whatever. What I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
find use stuff. You know what I'm saying? Though, to get,
Yeah.
obviously, barrel aging is getting more popular, but that's going to cost a lot of time to put all that tobacco in the barrels. That's not.
Yeah. I think you got to consider the year too. I mean, granted, like Don Carlos, for example, if you smoke a Don Carlos, made, last year or the year before, and or this year, you're still going to get minute differences, right? Like, yeah, it's still going to be a Don Carlos. There's no question about it.
Are you
Like
saying
they've,
crop to crop? That's a possibility too.
yeah, I think right. You have differences from crop to crop, and you could add age to that too. Like we were talking earlier, like a Cro-Magnon, for example. I mean, the one you have is probably got more age than say a fresh one. So
Yeah, definitely.
I
It took
mean,
2 inches of the cigar to get to where it should be, and even where it should be, it's not as intense as the rate. If it was like fresh in a sense.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
right now it's medium full, but it's not. I remember the Cro-Magnon being pretty fucking potent.
yeah, yeah,
And it's not. So that's okay. I'm still enjoying it, but it's a comfortable medium full right now. Construction's great. I think I'm going to grow the ash a little more. But what do you plan on smoking this weekend?
I don't know. I usually decide the day of. Honestly, I don't. I tend to keep my humidors around 65 ish, maybe 65, 67, somewhere in there. So I can take my cigars out and let them sit, like I know you like to, but honestly, most of mine, since I keep them a little lower, are usually ready to smoke. So,
Yeah, it's different for me because I'm buying at stores. I have to let them sit.
right. If I'm buying at a lounge, I try to keep them in my humid. Yeah, I might smoke one that night if I buy it at a lounge, but I generally keep them for maybe a week or so in my humidor before I even touch them. Generally,
For me, Colorado, I leave that thing out for a day on the kitchen table. It's so dry
yeah,
here, it's ready. Within a
yeah,
day, the band becomes loose.
yeah,
Dude, Colorado is technically a semi-arid area. It's almost a desert. It's dry out here,
yeah. Oh yeah,
so it's good for smoking if you already got them wet and let them dry. But if you're storing in your, you really got to make sure your bulk game's on top because it hit real quick.
yeah, for sure.
I finally got around to smoking my 2021 Spectre. Wow, okay. Yeah, man, the Spectre. Yeah, listen, the
All right.
Spectre fantastic. I think the Spectre should be a $60 cigar. But you get when you get in that box, if you look at you're not. It's like you've seen the Spectre boxes. Now there's 3 of them. They're insane.
Yeah,
So
I've seen them. I've never smoked one though. I would like to try one. Never
you,
had one.
dude, it's as high end as General ever made. Now, once again, I think it should be a $60 cigar, which would be very expensive. But at $100 plus, because you're talking about the presentation, the box is unreal. Like when you look at when that first came out, everyone's like, "What the hell kind of?" It's a work of art. It's a statement, and I respect what they did. They made, those boxes. People collect those boxes like they're valuable. Like if you have an empty box of Spectres, people will still buy the box like for a couple
Yeah,
$100. Not even joking.
yeah. Oh yeah. They look pretty ornate. Sacco said he's smoking the Personal Reserve. It's a
Mm.
great cigar.
Dude, that was one of my favorite, man. That
Yeah.
one gambit for me, like that was
I,
that dude.
I know I kept telling you it was a tweaked Don Carlos, but it's hard to put that into words, right? Until you try it.
Dude, it's the first Don Carlos when I had that I'd say, depending on my mood, I'd rather have that than regular Opus X, and that's a strong statement. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's how good it is. That it's on
Yeah.
Opus level, and I'm not saying it would replace the Opus X for me, but it's like 50-50. Like if I had both, it wouldn't be like one's worse or better. Like I love the Don Carlos Personal Reserve as much as regular Opus. That cigar was, and it makes me mad because when you told me about it, I overlooked it. When I was at the lounge, oh, they had Personal Reserve, and you're like, Personal Reserve. And I was like, yeah, what's the big dude? That cigar, when you sent it to me, that Personal Reserve was, I still look back. I'm glad that was a lot of work smoking those Don Carlos in order like that and just doing, guys were getting mad. Where's the lounge? But I'm glad I did only review and pay attention, you know, because I can't review the same. If I'm reviewing and hanging out with the guys, I'm not paying attention as much. I can't, you know. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's different.
no, Personal Reserve, bro. Have you smoked one recently?
Yeah. Actually, I smoked one probably about a week ago. Yep.
And
I think I've got maybe like 7 or 8 of them left.
how was the experience?
Oh, it was phenomenal. It's always a great time. I can't really ever say that I've smoked I'm not a Fuente fanboy per se. I smoke all kinds of shit, but I don't think I've ever had a bad Fuente. It's just like saying you've had a bad Patron. Like it doesn't. I can't really say that it's ever happened.
Nah. Sacco said he's smoking the Reserve, and he said it was right on the money. Dude, that's a great cigar, man. Like that's the Personal Reserve is right there with Opus, like
Yeah,
6.5 of the other. Like I would like to see like a 50-50 box, like 10 of each, And
yeah.
those are
You can
great.
you can tell it's a Don Carlos, but it's so much more complex and spicy, and it's got more power to it.
It's a
Yeah,
Don
it's
Carlo, but money no expense. Like, and even then, it's not like it was crazy price. It was like $22 at a lounge. So like,
yeah. It's about what they run, 20
I'm
give or
saying,
take. Yeah,
so for another $8, it's worth it. It's not that
yeah,
much more for what you're
yeah,
getting. Holy shit!
yeah,
Like I gotta rewatch that because I just remember the way I was smiling smoking that cigar. Like that was
yeah.
the Personal Reserve, and the last third of that thing was my god, it was magical, man. Fuente on his higher end stuff, it's not bullshit. And I know there's been other channels they joke about Fuente like it's Fuente fanboys and it's garbage and it's overpriced hype bullshit. I don't see how you could say that in good faith if you have any kind of palate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I smoke other brands, and
Yeah.
like if I'm in a grown mood, I'm not gonna smoke a Fuente. It's a different kind of party. But
Yeah.
but nobody has that many magical blends like Fuente. The Personal Reserve, the Opus, all of the Opuses, uh, and that Don Carlos 2017. Holy shit,
Yeah, the Anniversario, yeah. They make
bro!
those every that band was just the year it was made. They make those every year. So, they just, they age them, I think, for I want to say like 3 years to like the
Bro,
Opus.
though that
But
was,
that has the Opus wrapper on it too, that Don Carlos. So,
but dude, that was just as good, but a different element. Like that was great too, man. Those
yeah.
cigars, that collection you sent me for like 2 weeks straight. Every cigar is like, well, 4.92, and for 2 weeks I was nice. And like when I came back, any other cigar didn't have a chance. Like, you know what I'm saying though? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like it'd be like a regular guy's at a bar with his girl, and she's like, oh yeah, she's pretty. And the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders came in for a drink. You're like, fuck me.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah, I spoiled you for a couple weeks, I know.
yeah, bro, you touched me in a dirty place, and
In a very heterosexual way.
yeah, bro. My pronouns are Opus X, you know. Yeah, no, dude, that that was just ridiculous, man. That was one for the ages, and but that Dubai night, nothing beats the Dubai night, man. And
Guess what I smoked last night.
what's that?
Well, I actually smoked 2 cigars last night, but it was late. I think I just missed you because I ended up staying up late, just all the shit dealing with all the electrical shit. But I did after my Claro, I took a break and I didn't do the 17, but I did have the 2020.
Oh man,
But
dude, what?
oh man, yeah.
And doing those back to back, like,
I tell you what, that 2020 hit me in the right spot last night. That it was. I mean, granted, it's always good, but it's just sometimes when you smoke a cigar, you know what I mean? Like it just hits. It just pushes your buttons. Not that it's not always good. They are, but it just pushed the buttons.
you
It
have
was
like
fabby.
a connection, and you know what I'm saying, like this. Yeah, dude, that was. There's never been in the history of the world someone smoking 2 Dubais in a Toyota Corolla, and it'll never happen. Like, it'll never like that. You know what I'm saying? No, that was. I still watch that once in a while. That video that makes me laugh.
Oh yeah, me
You
too.
know what I'm saying? Though, it's like, you know what I'm gonna do after this? Smoke another fuck. Because I remember when Gio was like, "Oh, you gonna save those ones?" No, like, and then I was like, "No." I said to him, "I'm gonna smoke them both." He's like, "Yeah, no, you're not." Like, here's the thing, I'm not trying to be shocking for content. I'm not trying to be like cheeseballing, like, but it was like an idea, like, why not? Like, why wouldn't you want to smoke 2 Dubais? I
Yeah,
did, and
yeah.
and I did. Like, I don't think you can get much happier than two. Have you smoked 2 Dubais in one night?
I've never smoked 2 in one night. I have not, but that was probably $150 cigar night for you.
Well, for someone, but it, I had a sugar daddy, so
Yeah.
smoke your best shit. He said, "Yeah."
Take off your shirt, bitch.
He said, "Dance for me, daddy." He said,
kidding.
yeah, dude, that cigar, man. Like, the only thing would be better would be 3 of them, 3 Dubais.
Oh man,
Triple Dubai.
it's gonna be a sad day when I'm out of those. I hope that I don't run out.
Don't
If I
look at.
want them again, if I want them, I'm probably gonna have to look on the secondary market. And
Don't look.
I might find them, but
No, be more sad. No, be more sad that if you lived the rest of your life and you died and you still had Dubais left.
yeah,
Smoke your
that's
best,
true. That's
bro.
true.
Better for the cigar to be gone and you still here, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
the cigars are meant to be enjoyed because once you smoke them, they're forever in your mind. I can't stress it, man. Gio said he knows a guy.
I got a site for you, Jerry.
You gotta watch out.
Uh,
Gio's going to Chinatown and getting Dubai's for $5.
Surprising. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, sometimes on secondary, it all depends, right? Like sometimes you can find good deals. It just depends. But you got to watch out and you got to look and see what shit normally goes for. I mean, you know.
The only thing I can think of is like if you knew someone personally and like, you know what, I got these cigars. I found out I'm sick, or my wife doesn't want me to smoke no more. Then you might be able to get. Dude, could you imagine you had a friend that's like, listen, my wife's bitching. She says she doesn't want me to smoke no more. And would you take these cigars? That would be the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, the guy that I got those Dubais from, he has 5 humidors. And that was kind of not that his wife told him to get rid of them, but I was talking to him. He's like, "Look, man," he's like, "I got 5 humidors," and he's showing me pictures of them. He's like, "I'm never gonna smoke all these cigars." He's like, so he was just really going through and thinning out his collection, But he's got 5 humidors full of like crazy shit, you know. But and he travels to Dubai. I don't know what he does for work exactly. I think he works for the government or contract somehow. I don't know, but
Well, we'll
he,
say
he
that
goes
he makes
he
money.
goes to Dubai. Yeah,
A
oh
lot.
yeah. And he takes trips to Dubai, and that's how he got those. So yeah, I actually might hit him up again to see if he has any more. But yeah, I've bought 2 boxes from him, and they're both great, well kept. No complaints.
I gotta drop this ash. It's time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do an ash test. What do you think?
yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It look at the bottom there looks like it has a crack in it. Maybe I don't know. I can't tell.
I'm gonna go very gentle.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'm just gonna tilt it sideways. Let me see. Eh, 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 eh.
That's pretty impressive. That's a Fuente ash right there. I smoked a 20th about a week ago, and
Come to me, Ash. Come to me. Come to me. Oh,
that's almost the whole cigar. I had a 20th a week ago. I had the whole cigar ash. I had a Richie ash going.
it's time to go though,
Yeah.
dude. It doesn't want to go.
There you go.
That was a crazy ash. Cigar picked up. It's medium full, but I'm telling you what, it definitely feels like it was kept too long in a moist environment. Like it doesn't feel. I'm telling you, man, it doesn't feel like it should feel, and that's okay. You have to always, when you smoke a cigar, understand where it came from. Like a person, you don't know what it's been through. This thing probably spent way too many years in a wet environment, and
Yeah.
it lost luster, and that's okay. But in this case, I'm not going to blame the cigar because lots of times people go, "Oh, that cigar is a tight drawer," or "I hate that cigar," or "I had it one time," or something. You got to look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying though? It's you got to look at the whole situation.
Yeah.
What's the worst experience you ever had with a high end cigar?
I had an Opus X Lost City tunnel on me one time. The whole fucking middle burned out. I was pretty mad.
How the fuck did that out of a box?
Yeah. Only one out of that box. I think it just bad roll. Something wasn't right. So I guess I should say I said earlier I've never had a bad Fuente. That was one that I have that was shit. So yeah, and it was an Opus, so that pissed me off. But shit happens, right? I mean, they're all hand rolled. I mean, you hate to see it. I mean, even Fuente's not perfect, I guess. But I've smoked hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I mean, I don't know how many Fuentes I've smoked, but that's been the only one that I've ever had to throw out.
So less than a percent, not even a percent.
Yeah, not even.
Yeah. God, Gio said his cigar opened up. You got more flavor. Yeah, bro. That's a big cigar for not being a super strong stick. So you probably have to get to the midway point to really picks up. I mean, Atabey and those cigars, they make pretty big sticks.
Yeah. Well, Richie, I hate to duck out on you, but it's 12:30 here, brother. I'm probably gonna hit the hay.
Get some sleep, man, and I appreciate you coming on, and I look forward to seeing you over the weekend.
Yeah, for sure, brother. Well, you're almost done with your cigar too, so
Yeah, man, I'm gonna hang out for a little bit. Yeah, 'cause I gotta be in bed before 11, or I transition into something else. So
you get the urge to go out to the body shop.
dude,
If you're it's like like Cinderella, like instead of like turning into a pumpkin or whatever,
yeah,
you get the urge to go to the body shop if
yeah.
you're out too late.
Mommy doesn't know Daddy can't body shop, and now he has chlamydia, dude. Like I can't believe that was a song about a married man banging questionable females, and his kids are at home. Like, my God, like, you know what I'm saying though,
Mm.
like brought to you by Pfizer. Like at that point, you have a commercial after that, like, if you have HIV, try these pills. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just, I've never seen so many commercials for AIDS. Have you seen these commercials?
Oh God, yeah, they're nonstop, man.
Dude, it was everyone got AIDS now, but everyone in the commercial,
I guess so.
it's a certain, I'm gonna say, demographic. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
it, it's a lot of 451. Like the one commercial was like guys in New York City, and like they're waiting for like the train, and the train pulls up, and he looks at a guy, and the other guy's like, and it's like, if you got AIDS, try this pill. And I'm like, I wish they'd have me in the commercial, but like, maybe you should just not get AIDS, and then you don't need the pill.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Because then they had the other commercial. They're like, if you don't got AIDS, but you're probably gonna get it, then take this pill. They got a pill to prevent AIDS, and then they got another pill once you get the AIDS to hide the AIDS.
It's like
I got
Plan B for AIDS.
Yeah, I got a pill for AIDS. Stop sleeping around with 100 people a week. Maybe get someone checked out before you insert into their body, and find out. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the Carfax. Find out.
Yeah,
Carfax.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Talk to
saying?
the insurance adjuster first. Find out where it's been.
Yeah, it's like but imagine, let's say for example, imagine like you go to first date with the girl and be like, so what do you want to do? Go back to my place? Actually, we're gonna go to Walgreens. Walgreens? Yeah, I'm gonna have you tested for syphilis, chlamydia, herpes, gonorrhea, and HIV. What? I just need a swab right here in your mouth. Okay, all right. I need to in this cup. All right, and yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Say,
This is just our first date.
you call her back the next day. I got good news and bad news. Well, what's the good news? You don't got AIDS. All right. You got chlamydia. I need you to take these antibiotics. You know,
Yeah.
dude. Did you see that?
No.
What the fuck is that? No way,
Oh, I saw something move.
dude. It's 5 degrees, and this guy's jogging in shorts and a t-shirt.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? What the fuck is that? That guy had to just kill someone. Who jogs at 5 degrees in t-shirt and shorts? 5 degrees.
No thanks.
How do you get pneumonia like that? Like, dude, 5 degrees?
Yeah.
Okay, do you think that guy was exercising, or do you think he just killed someone?
Hopefully he was just exercising.
But what's more believable?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I was going to ask you if that was Bigfoot behind you or something. I didn't know.
Bro, nobody's jogging at 10:30 at night at 5 degrees in their underwear. Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
That's kind of weird. Yeah.
I have never seen that. I see people jogging the cold during the day and they get really dressed up,
Yeah.
T-shirt and socks. Like, if I was a cop, that you got to bring that person to a psych ward. Like, do you understand? Like 5 degrees is not a good idea. Holy shit.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
What is he training for?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little weird.
Maybe he's got AIDS. I don't know.
Maybe.
He's like, well, whatever, right? Whatever.
First husband came home.
I'll say this. I don't know anybody with AIDS, but once you get AIDS, it's probably a relief because nothing matters. You're like, you know what? Whatever. Say like, max out your credit cards, whatever. Smoke all the Opus X you want because you're like,
Yeah.
You don't got much
Yeah.
time. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, bro, I'll see you around, man.
Yep. Thanks for having me, brother. I appreciate it. Take it easy.
Anytime, man. You're a friend of ours, a friend of the channel. You said I've seen that guy in the background before. I'm pretty sure it's him.
All right, brother. Take it easy, boys.
I have never seen that before. Who the hell goes jogging at 10:30 at night at 5 degrees in a t-shirt and shorts? How cold do you gotta be? It's gotta be cold. I mean, come on. I mean, it's cold. It's 5 degrees. It's fucking 5 degrees. Whatever. At that point, you can't even sweat. You can't sweat at 5 degrees. You could sweat ice, I guess. I'm not going to give this cigar a point system because even though it started getting better, this cigar had too much age on it, and I think bad age. There's a difference between, I guess, good age and bad age. It definitely it neutered this cigar, and it didn't taste like the Cro Magnum I remember. So, and that can happen. I think the cigar, being in the clearance bin, it had it lost its luster. You know, I don't know where Gail's. He's probably working. That's that. You know. So we're gonna look forward to this weekend. I don't know what I'm gonna smoke. I'm gonna stop at my guy's shop probably tomorrow or Saturday, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. Yeah, but I think it aged out, but in a bad way. Like if you keep a cigar for years at these shops, the shops are too moist. So it's one thing if it's a couple of months and you can dry it out. But if you keep a cigar in a moist environment for years, you know what I'm saying? Though I think it just it ruins the cigar, in my opinion. I mean, it was still enjoyable, but it wasn't what it was supposed to be. I can't stress that enough. And you could take that. You could take that to the bank and cash it twice. I want to thank Gio for coming on, even though I bust Gio's balls. Gio's got his 99-cent store. I'm gonna start calling him Gio 99. Gio 99. You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy, man. And Dragland, appreciate it, man. God bless. And I want to say thank you for Jeremy coming on. Always a gentleman. Jeremy the Gent. I'm going to start calling you Jeremy the Gent. I think that's the right name. Sacco's the Flexer. We got Jeremy the Gent. And God bless everyone. So on that note, smoke your best shit. Drink filtered water. Limit your alcohol content. Drink less, okay? Eat prunes. Take vitamin B12. Take 2 showers a day. Come on, take care of yourself. Wash that ass. Wash that ass twice a day. Twice a day, wash that ass. Gio, you taking 2 showers a day, Gio? Gio, you taking 2 showers? I want everyone to commit to 2 showers a day. And they don't got to be long showers. It's better to take 2 5-minute showers a day than 1 half-hour shower because you need to get fresh. You shower in the morning and then you go throughout the day. You eat food. You get sweaty. You take a shit. You got to shower again when you get home from work. You got to wash that ass. Don't be nasty. I want people here being fresh. Okay? There's no excuse not to be fresh. If I could be fresh, you could be fresh. We can all be fresh, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be fresh, you know what I'm saying? Like, fresh is 2 shower a day. You use like a good quality soap, you know what I'm saying? If I could be fresh, you say my house stinks, you know what I'm saying? It stinks, but you gotta wash that ass. Adrian, go wash that ass, Tents are for homeless people. Tents are not for camping anymore. I'm sorry. People are living in tents. 2023. I never thought I would see this. that there's a lot of people living in tents. We're living in biblical times. People living in tents. Tent cities. San Francisco, San Diego, Washington, Oregon, New York City, Colorado, tents. Denver, tents. Boulder, tent city. Tents are for homeless. Yeah, I never would have thought. Tents used to be for camping. Nobody goes camping no more. The tents are, the tents are gone. I will say this. As an Italian, you don't see a lot of Italians going camping. Italians don't like camping. Italians don't like tents. Italians don't want to be in a tent. I can't stress it enough. Because first off, Italians are very paranoid. All night, you're going to hear noises in the woods. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Johnny, get the Roscoe. What is that? I don't know. Why don't you go take a look? What is that? I'm not going outside. How do I know what's outside? I got enemies. Who's outside? I don't know. What's outside? Maybe a bear? I don't know. Italians don't like tents. It is what it is. I'm going to go. You guys stay fresh. Gio, shut the fuck up about it already. It's not for you, cigar. Right for you. Gio the complainer. I didn't like the cigar. Gio, nobody cares. Gio, nobody cares. I can't stress it enough, Gio. Gio, why don't you take that cigar, right? Big Firm. Big Firm, we're going to be waiting over the weekend, Big Firm. We're going to need a big news update, all right? And Josh, you have a good night. Sacco kiss. Gio, leave Sacco out of this, all right, Gio? Gio, nobody cares. Nobody cares, Gio. Gio, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, Gio. He said, Gio sitting there. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I come to meet with you again. My Alfonso cigar wasn't worth $40. Now nobody cares and they don't give a fuck. Turn around. My Alfonso cigar is not worth $40. I don't know why I bought this. Turn around. Nobody likes the cigar and nobody cares. I'm really, really sad. Turn around, Gio. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. Fuck you. Good night. Good night.